County. Gibby rocked Darlington County. Well done yesterday, Gib.
Very good song.
May need it again today. Anyway, I just want you guys to know I watched NASCAR and had a big time. Jared Rice comes by today to talk golf with us. It's going to be good to have Jared connect. He'll tell us all about what he thinks about the Mickelson, Tiger, and Friends coming up this weekend, and the fact that golf now is set to restart. That's kind of a cool thing. We'll have some fun topics today. Why are old guys suddenly around? I got a lot of thoughts on that. God bless them for it. We'll talk about that. Ocho Cinco did a nice thing. Did you see that the other day? That was kind of a cool thing. We'll get to that. Favorite sports movie leading ladies. We're going to talk about some of that coming up today as well. Talk about even some of the things going on in the world as we get closer and closer to opening up. More and more. ESPN.com had a fantastic story on college football and what they might do. Did you see that story? That it gives you some specifics. So we got a lot to talk about. Glad you're with us. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Working from home? Meet your new coworkers.
1991, we played Boston College. Tommy Mack had like 15 tackles.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
19.
okay,
Took 4
but
away
it was
from me.
19.
Listen from home on your smartphone, online, or on Alexa. 1010XL.
When it's time to remodel your kitchen, I highly recommend my friends at the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center to view their extensive selection of Cambria quartz countertops. Lauren Brooks here, and that's exactly what I did. Cambria is American-made, durable, maintenance-free, stain-resistant, and just plain beautiful. Marble and granite are nice. Did you know that neither comes with a full lifetime warranty? The Kitchen and Flooring Design Center has friendly, experienced, and creative designers to help. Find the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center on Southside Boulevard across from Tinseltown or call them at 854-9985.
Listen up for one of Beaver Toyota's and Beaver Chevrolet's exclusive Beaver Care benefits.
It's Linda Beaver calling all first responders, medical professionals, and school personnel to come take advantage of free oil changes all month long. Visit beavercares.com for more information.
My name is Janice. I'm a client of Brett Hastings. Brett is the most brilliant, diligent, hardworking attorney I have ever met. He is truly dedicated to his clients and fights for them to the very end. Brett fought hard to win a large personal injury lawsuit for me. They are the very best legal team I have ever met. I would hire them again in a heartbeat.
Learn more at justiceforjacksonville.com. Law offices of Brett Hastings, where the injured find justice.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years.
This year has brought new challenges, but we've been tested before. Americans are tough and caring. Mike Merritt wants to thank everyone for pulling together, especially those on the front lines who maintain vital services. Mike Merritt is taking special precautions to keep you and their employees safe as well as comfortable. And as always, with Mike Merritt, there are never overtime fees. Whenever you need them, they're here for you. Visit merrittair.com.
Florida license number CACO 50384.
Fishing is more fun when you catch something.
Look at that fish!
The Moe's Southwest Grill Fishing Forecast with Captain Kevin Favor. Brought to you by Ring Power and Tire Outlet. Thursday night at 7 on 1010XL AM.
Need to replenish your company's supply of promo items? Make the call to Hardball today and let Hardball do it all. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Frank Frangie here for Center State Bank, Florida's business bank, but also a bank you can truly trust. See, that's the big thing. I have to trust my banker. Trust that they are truly skilled bankers, but also that they know my needs matter. My bankers at Center State Bank know me. They know what I need. Whether it's personal, business, loans, or beyond, they know me. And I trust them. In the world of banking, that relationship really matters. Center State Bank, with 10 locations in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. Center State Bank, Florida's business bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Jaguars fans, we've made becoming a season ticket member easier than ever. We've created fan-friendly and flexible ticket options just for you. If you're concerned your financial situation may change, we're offering full refunds up to the start of the season. Defer up to 40% of your 2020 costs into next year with our 2-year agreements, or take advantage of interest-free 7-month payment plans. all designed to eliminate concerns you may have during these uncertain times and get you and your family back to football at the bank. Get all the details at Jaguars.com or by calling 904-633-2000.
Things are moving again in our community, and like so many other local businesses, Diamonds Direct is now open. We're ready to get back to our mission of helping you celebrate your love like never before. Our showrooms are clean, and we're taking all the necessary safety precautions. Our showcases are fully stocked, our values and prices are better than ever, and our team is eager to serve. And starting this Friday, we're helping in a big way with our most aggressive finance offer ever. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down on any purchase. Yes, 60 months, zero interest on anything. All certified diamonds, all designer rings, all fashion jewelry, all earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets. If you've had to delay that engagement or wedding or that anniversary or birthday celebration, Diamonds Direct is here to help. Starting Friday, you can spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. At Diamonds Direct, now more than ever, we know love is the most essential thing in our lives. So come see us and let us help you share that love with something she'll have forever. Diamonds Direct. Open Memorial Day, too. Get details, store hours, and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
I don't have time to start a 529 plan. Researching what I need, the cost, the application, I can barely get through my to-do list now.
Saving with Florida Prepaid is an easy plan. Our simple-to-use online pricing tool will help you quickly choose the Florida 529 prepaid college plan that's right for your family and budget. And since we do the investing for you, there's nothing to manage. Tax-free, stress-free, worry-free. Florida 529 prepaid plans. Open enrollment ends May 31st. Enroll today at myfloridaprepaid.com.
Woody's Barbecue's now opening their dining rooms along with their incredibly efficient takeout and curbside service. Virus haters everywhere are lining up. Woody's Barbecue.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire.
Where are you, Carline, on the Doors?
I like the Doors. I mean, I think they're incredibly original. Like, you can't hear the first couple bars of this song and not immediately know it's the Doors.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think they're original. They're a Hall of Fame act, and it's a shame that we didn't get more music, out of Jim Morrison and the Doors. Yeah, I think 27, something like that.
Yep.
But yeah, fun band. I definitely listened to them a bunch in college. And
were they a college go-to for you?
They were. When I was at Florida, it was like Bob Marley, The Doors, and then you had your current stuff like Dave Matthews and things like that. But yeah, in terms of the older music, I would say The Doors and Bob Marley were probably what you would hear the most.
You know much Doors stuff, Brooks?
I know a fair amount of Doors stuff. Yeah, I don't think there will be a song you can play that I won't know.
Yeah, and I know the ones people know. I don't know a lot of Doors deep cuts, but Jim Morrison was a great act. Jim, it is a shame. It is a shame because he was because of the depth of his voice, the richness and depth of his voice. As long as he didn't lose it, if he didn't die, that thing he would have been a megastar now. He would have been. The Doors might have been Beatles, Stones big. You know that? If he'd have hung around the whole time. I mean, he died at his 20s.
Yeah, weren't there a bunch of people who all died at 27?
Yeah,
like Janis Joplin,
Hendrix,
Jimi Hendrix,
and Joplin and Morrison.
Yeah.
And then I think Cobain died at 27, so people sort of lump.
Yeah.
Well, I think Richie Valens was 27. I think there was a lot of right. There were more than that. I mean, there's a big.
That's so wild that all the same age.
Yeah.
And especially now in all of us being over that age, looking back, thinking how incredibly young that is.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll get to old later.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, we're going to start with old right now.
Oh.
How about that? So,
perfect.
I was thinking about this with the whole Bartolo Colon thing. Bartolo Colon is going to try and play at 46. The quarterbacks are playing older. So I've got a lot of theories on all this. But I want to go around the room a little bit. Is it just a coincidence?
No.
Then why are older athletes suddenly in play, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the amount of information that we have that we did not have 30, 40 years ago has increased dramatically. Hydration, most professional athletes now are incredibly hydrated. They know to stretch. That is something that in the last, say, 20 years or so, I would say athletes have finally realized how important that is for longevity, for their muscles, flexibility, all that stuff. We've seen a lot of different athletes doing yoga, even branching out to doing ballet dance and things like that. So then you've also got nutrition. We have learned so much about what people should eat and how they should eat for even exactly an offensive tackle versus an offensive guard. They've gotten it so incredibly specific now that I think they are armed with so much more knowledge than what the guys had a long time ago. And you add all that up, and longevity overall as a population has increased too. But I think it's specifically more having that personal trainer who can get their body in such good shape even in their 40s.
So everything you said makes a lot of sense. So you're basing it all on the fact that the athletes are in better shape.
Right.
Better health, better shape, better life.
Yeah, the human body itself now is a well-oiled machine, whereas weren't people like smoking cigarettes after baseball games at a certain point in time?
Halftime of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right, like
Lynn Dawson
that is
lighting up.
so incredibly bad for you.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine your lungs. I mean, now people's lung capacity, we've got the cooling rooms, like all that stuff, cryotherapy.
Yeah. So today's 43-year-old guys just way healthier than last generation. That's your point. Because I think it's very true. Any other thoughts for you? Because it's not a coincidence that it's happening more and more.
Well, I think Lauren's point is largely all of it, because I think sports is a reflection on society. And if you're seeing life expectancy increase, you're seeing, average Joes being able to compete in marathons much longer, you're not only seeing it at elite athleticism, at professional sports levels, but you do hear about, that they're under the radar, but you hear about these stories of average people that do extraordinary things athletically, into advanced ages. And they're not getting paid, and they're not on Sunday night or anything like that, but it's pretty remarkable what they're able to do, whether it's Ironman or swimming or, any sort of endurance. And so I think in large part, it's just a reflection on society that I think if you are really willing to dedicate yourself athletically, then I think you're able to do it. I think a lot of it is that they are incredibly well compensated, more so than what they were 25, 30, 40 years ago. So I think this generation looks at it and says, why would I quit? I mean, what am I going to find? It's one more year and I make, $25 million if you're an aging NFL quarterback.
That's a good point.
That's hard to turn down.
That's a gigantic. It's one of my notes.
And because of that money, they can then put that back into body care. Like, to my point, I think Calais Campbell at one point said he spends about $100,000 a year on body maintenance.
Right. Well, the number one reason is what you said, Lauren, and what you added to. Guys are in better shape. Babe Ruth, if Babe Ruth was still drinking and smoking and womanizing at 38, he wouldn't have been able to play then or now or whatever, right? Or whatever. So
well, the womanizing is activity.
So I think a big part of it is health. So I got 2 or 3 thoughts. Number one, what has contributed to health? You hit it. The gigantic dollars. Number one, on a very visceral level, to your point, Lauren, you put the money back into personal trainers or health, whatever. You use the money to pay to stay in better shape. That's on the very, very clear. That's a very direct business to business approach or reason. But also, the money is so extreme that I think athletes know the drop off from star player to guy who was a star player until now is gigantic. Maybe not for Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning went from star player to just as big a star now that he's not a player. But that never happens.
But I bet his bank account is not.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, the same. I bet that monthly deposit or weekly deposit, whatever it ends up being,
correct.
I bet that's not the same.
But he's still, Peyton Manning is as big a star now as he was when he was playing. But that doesn't happen.
Right.
Most guys, so the craving of that money makes you want to stay. Having the money, to your point, Lauren, gives you more to help you stay in shape. But the craving of those dollars also keeps you in a position where you want to make sure you do it. So it motivates you to. It gives you the money to do it. Also motivates you. I think that's
because you might potentially go from $25 million to zero.
Yeah.
Like Jake Cutler, I don't think makes any money.
Right.
Doesn't have a job, makes no money.
Correct.
And he's the heavy.
Yeah. And back to your point. Back to your point a minute ago too, Hayes.
She does not need a mansion.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's also now cool to be in shape. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to be in shape in the 70s. It was cool to have long hair and look like you were a rebel and loud and wear flamboyant clothes. That was cool. Now, fitness is all the rage. Every show's about fitness, right?
Look at golf.
Yeah. Well, and golf has come there, hasn't it, Gibby? Golf's a great example. It was never cool to be a fit golfer in the 70s. It wasn't. They didn't care. Now it's cool to be a fit golfer, so I think it's part of it.
Golf is the one sport that kind of has to be careful they don't go overboard on the lifting because we've seen what potentially could happen as far as affecting your back.
Well, you're right, but good point. But I think they're all fit now. So
the best example of that is Tom Kite, who would be totally, like from a fitness standpoint, lost, outclassed in today's PGA Tour. Tom Kite, Super 70 Sports will occasionally tweet this. The Tom Kite exercise video. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, my God. It is so funny. It is Tom Kite with, like, this fitness equipment behind him, and he's, like, doesn't have a shirt on. He's in, like, oh, it's just gold. It's comedic gold.
I'll bet.
I will find it.
But here's a
I found it.
That is fantastic. Now that you mentioned it, I have seen that. I think I've tried to forget it. Okay. I mean,
can you imagine somebody like that in today's day and age trying with the Koepkas and Rorys and Tigers and
John Daly
and trying to pass that off as I'm a fitness guru in this sport. Sorry, Tom.
So the fitness has had a great deal to do with it. And everything, better health, it's vogue, it's in. There's more money that you can stay in shape. Money's more of a motivator, all that. I also think the sports have changed. There's no way 43-year-old quarterbacks could have played 20 years ago. They weren't protected the same way. They didn't get the ball out as fast. Football was an evolving game. The quarterback was under center 30 years ago. And there were two backs and two receivers, and he dropped back to throw and held it for a while or handed off, and he got pummeled. Well, now nobody gets pummeled. No quarterback gets pummeled anymore.
Now your quarterback's making $30 million, and you can't afford to have that guy get pummeled.
That's the other part of it is the marketing of sports makes it better when guys stay around. You know what really destroys arm? Gibby, what destroys a pitcher's arm more than anything else? What pitch destroys your arm? One pitch. Don't have it? One pitch destroys a pitcher's arm. Curveball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a curveball destroys your arm. Fastball, if a pitcher never threw anything but fastballs, the pitcher would pitch forever. Okay? Well, now baseball's gone back to the four-seamer, less cutters, less breaking pitches, less stuff. So pitchers' arms stay around longer. They stay healthier. So that game is better for – so the baseball went to a way the pitchers could stay around longer. Football went to a way for quarterbacks to stay around longer. Just don't hit them. They're in the good shape. Nobody hits them.
But like Frank Gore at 37.
But he's an outlier. But he's in great shape.
20 years ago, he couldn't have been playing at 37.
You're right. You're right. But quarterbacks don't get hit. Baseball players throw fastballs. All that lends to older guys. Golf equipment. The equipment in golf now enables, if you're a good golfer, you now can be 40-something and hit bombs, or certainly 38 and hit bombs, where the golf equipment can kind of mitigate the differences in your body strength and size. So everything, I think it's I wonder how far we're going.
But hasn't golf had kind of an older population stay around for a lot longer than maybe some of the other sports?
It has, but it has not had a lot of 45 and 46-year-olds win significant tournaments on a regular basis. I think that may change. I mean, I think it's starting. I think there's more of that. Yeah, golf's always had an older. The young guns in golf are new. That's your point. So we'll see. I think equipment.
What about the NBA?
That's the one. I wrote that down. That's the one sport that went the other way. The one sport that back in the day, if you were just a three-point shooter or a 6'11" physical guy, you could stay around longer. If you don't run and dunk today, you're pretty much done. That's the one sport, Lauren, that went the other direction.
That's what I thought.
Because there's not, back in the day, you could be a 36-year-old set shooter that made more jump shots than anybody else, and you kept playing. Not anymore. And now if you don't run and jump, now you're out of the league. So of all these sports, but the bottom line is more. I wonder. I think you're going to see 45-year-old quarterbacks. Not a lot. We haven't seen one yet. I mean, that really played. But I am convinced Brady is not quitting after this year. I know you feel differently, but you didn't think he'd make it to here. To play this at 43, right? So I'm convinced we'll see older quarterbacks. Gibby, how long is Verlander going to go?
Well, I think
into his 40s.
Oh yeah, I think 43, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I think Justin Verlander's pitching into his 40s. Now he's an exception. So God bless the old guys.
And think about this too. You mentioned Babe Ruth and Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to play in the NFL at 43. Babe Ruth died when he was 53.
Yeah. Well, and he, you know what? And God,
those were a lot of good times in those.
He earned it.
53 years.
He really did. I mean, he Babe Ruth died at 53, and his body probably quit on him at 48. You know, so but all he did is drink and smoke. And you guys made a good point about the smoking. Smoking was such a big part of our society in the You look at these stories in the 60s. Everybody smoked. Everybody smoked.
You watch any cooking thing, or restaurants back then. Any restaurant, everybody was smoking, eating and smoking.
Yeah.
It blows my mind just because I've never been a smoker, but I can't stand kind of that smell, especially when eating. But that was definitely all the rage.
Everybody, both my parents were smokers. My parents were both smokers.
I think my generation was the last where most people smoked when they were teenagers.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of us gave it up.
Right.
But because I don't see it, I don't notice it.
You smoked as a teenager.
I smoked as a teenager.
Okay, yeah. And then quit.
Yeah, I quit when I was probably 21.
I see. Interesting. Yeah. Now see the group I was around, there were people that smoked, but the kids I was around didn't smoke as teenagers. But to your point, there were far more teenagers who did than there are now. I think that's your point.
Right.
Far more teenagers who smoked. Far more young people smoking than there are now. Far more. I think that's exactly true.
Yeah, and I'm sure you look at how you are in comparison to 6-year-olds 20 years ago, 40 years ago, and think, I'm doing really well, right?
Yeah.
In really good shape. You care about it. You push yourself. All that stuff.
I think it's more vogue now. I think it's more vogue to stay in shape now. It's also smart. It was always smarter. It's just
you just haven't quite figured out the hydration thing.
No, that part I'm not good at. But one step at a time. Hey, we'll take a break. When we come back, let's get it to golf. Jared Rice joins us from the Players' Championship. What does he think of where golf is, the new schedule of golf, the fact that on June 11th we're going to have the tour again, a couple Corn Ferry events here in Jacksonville. That's kind of a cool thing. And, of course, the celebrity golf over the weekend. All that coming up on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Remember the days of Baselli, Brunell, Jimmy, and Keenan?
Mark Brunell with a masterful run.
Jaguars pride forever. 1010XL.
The Edge Group wants to buy your house right now. If you need to sell your house, get an all-cash offer and close in as little as 10 days. Don't waste another day letting your house sit on the market. Beat the rush, get your home sold, and get it sold for the most money. Put cash in your pocket right now. Whether it's old, new, in need of repairs, the Edge Group will buy your home, and it won't charge you a penny in commission. So don't wait. Right now is the best time to sell and protect your equity and future. Call the Edge Group right now and get an all-cash offer at 474-5851. No one helps more homeowners get more money than the Edge Group, so call them now at 474-5851. There is no obligation, no risk. Call the Edge Group today to see what your home is worth and get an all-cash offer today from the Edge Group at 474-5851. The Edge Group at Keller Williams Realty.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
For those of us that drive to work or just need a new vehicle, we remain dedicated to provide you with essential services,
keeping you safe and satisfied.
At Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. In difficult times, everybody needs a little help. Make no monthly payments for 120 days.
See all our Go Anywhere inventory at JAXCJDR.com.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
At JEA, we know that even in a time filled with unknowns, one thing is certain. Together we will weather this storm, just as we've weathered every other storm that's come our way. And while this storm may look different, our commitment to the community remains the same, providing reliable energy, safe water, and financial relief for those who need it. Because as your neighbors, friends, and family, we know the importance of staying connected. Connect with us at JEA.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. From now until May 23rd, we're holding our big diamond sale, and now is the best time to buy a quality diamond of a carat or more. Here are a few reasons. First, the COVID-19 pandemic closed down almost all of the diamond trade centered in New York. Our diamond cutters asked us to house their inventories of big diamonds so they could make shipments from Jacksonville to both their wholesale and retail customers around the country. But most importantly, that allows us the ability to sell from their vast stock at brokerage prices you have to see to believe. All of these diamonds are graded for cut, color, and clarity and have independent laboratory grading reports from the most respected labs. Now, along with this vast collection of big diamonds, we put all of our own meticulously selected loose diamonds and engagement-style rings on sale at prices from 5 to 25% off, including Forevermark diamonds. We also take trade-ins. But remember, this sale ends May 23rd at Underwood San Marco, Avondale, and the Shops of Ponte Vedra.
I'm Glenn Levine, a board-certified civil trial lawyer. That means the Florida bars recognize me as an expert in the field of civil trial. As a trial lawyer, I'm trained to investigate every aspect of your case. If you've been involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Office in Jacksonville.
Zaxby's is ready to take care of your cravings without any worry. Always quick and easy. Look for your favorite Zaxby's locations in the town center, next to Daly's, Bartram Park off of Old St. Augustine Road, or University east of I-95. Zaxby's. Order online and pick up from the drive-thru.
One-to-One Financial is Jacksonville's hometown credit union, and we've been helping people improve their lives and start businesses in this community for more than 85 years, longer than any other local institution. Like our name says, we work one-to-one with everyone, no matter their background, and we offer the best rates on loans and savings accounts, free debt counseling, plus no-cost financial planning. Learn more and join us at one-to-one-fcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Tournament had to be in Florida. You know, after Tom's B&E arrest, with the ankle monitor, he couldn't leave the state. So it had to be in Florida. Tiger and I talked to the sheriff in Tampa. He's going to be allowed to go to Palm Beach to play. I'll be honest, I've never played Tom very well on his home turf. And so maybe this is considered a neutral site. And I would have loved to have had this tournament in a place where they don't like Tom very much. Indianapolis, Denver, Boston, after he just betrayed them and broke their hearts.
Peyton Manning talking about the upcoming match. It'll be Tiger and Peyton versus Phil and Tom Brady. The Doors today on Old Rock Thursday. Glad you were with us. Let's talk golf for a second. Our friend Jared Rice, he's the executive director of the Players Championship. He joins us now. I'll bet you'll be locked into that golf on Sunday afternoon, Jared, won't you?
Absolutely. Last week, this week, it's good to be back, and really cool to hear that that competitive spirit carry over from on the gridiron over to the golf course. So I don't know if you noticed, but both those guys have some pretty good golf swings. I'm not talking about Tiger and Phil either.
Yeah, you know what, they say that technically Peyton's a 4 and Brady's an 8. But they say Brady's way better than the 8 he carries. That he hadn't turned them all in, and so it'll be pretty good.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so I can't wait to watch him. Hey, how are you doing? How's everything at the Players? Are you guys working from home? What's the world been like for you in these last few months, Jared?
Well, doing great, and I hope you and the team there are getting through and are healthy, and same for your listeners. And yeah, we're working from home right now, and it's certainly been an interesting and challenging time for everybody, and we're no different. So it's we're getting used to working remotely, and one of the things that I think our team and community do so well around the Players is come together, and it's the last handful or so weeks being in a position where we can't do that is that hurts a little bit for all of us, right? And nice to see we're in a position here locally to start to come back and be together in certain ways, and obviously following those guidelines. And we're anxiously already looking towards March of 2020 and 2021 in a lot of our planning.
I got to tell you, Jared, and I mean this sincerely, people have no idea. Hell, we probably have no idea. We get to visit with you every week as you're working your way toward it. But people have no idea the work that goes into getting ready for the Players. From building bleachers to cutting deals with all the vendors to, and you share it with us every week is one of the things we look forward to leading up to the Players every year. As you coming in here, we all joke about, I wonder how tired Jared's going to look. It looks pretty tired. But to go through, seriously though, to go through all of that, and then it's gone in a day. And again, I know there's people, we're healthy and we're happy, and I get it. I'm not saying that's worse than the people that have lost their lives. I'm not saying that. But it had to be the gut punch of all gut punches with all the work, Jared, you guys put into that thing.
Well, you feel for, and I think, again, you absolutely, I mean, and, the bag's under my eyes, and, what we work towards is immaterial relative to what we're all facing, and we're going to get through it together. And I think that's, really what has come through for our team out of this circumstance. And, of course, it was, gut-wrenching, and I mean, I think those are the words that the commissioner used himself during the press conference to make the decision, but it was done with everyone's best interest at heart, and you do feel for the businesses that were impacted, and our partners that have been so great in transitioning out of 2020 and into 2021 and understanding what we've gone through and building out the entire tournament, having 3 days of experience out there. And the weather was, the weather was absolutely incredible.
Oh my God. We were talking about that.
But again, to see how quickly, it really is inspirational to see how quickly the members of our community, I'm just saying this, from a media perspective, from, the civic government coming together, Duval County, St. Johns County Sheriffs, the fire and rescue group, the healthcare community, coming together, advising, working together. The volunteers went to work so quickly. It was really inspirational and makes us just want to come back in 2021 even bigger and better and do this area that much more proud, and I know we will.
Hey, Jared, I thought you guys handled that week in a first-class manner. The commissioner, everybody. To have to react in real time to that happening, something that we've never experienced ever. Anybody on the planet has never experienced the world just shutting down over a pandemic like this, and I thought the way you guys went about it was outstanding. So I wanted to tell you that because I haven't seen you since then. But also I just wanted to get your thoughts on where the sport is right now. And you guys were able to play last week, and people were certainly excited about that. This week is going to be a lot of fun, and there still are some incredibly big tournaments that are still scheduled now later on in 2020. So what kind of an opportunity do you feel like this is for the sport to get grow that casual fan base.
I think, and again, it's inspirational for our team to be a part of the tour being based here, and to know that we can play a small role in the world's return to enjoying the things we love. That's, competition. You heard it there with Peyton. Watching sports this past week with the TaylorMade driving relief that featured two of our past champions, and this week we'll have two of our champions and Phil and Tiger involved. So I think the storylines are great, and the ability for the sport to drive this kind of charitable impact, again, gets back to the spirit of the competition and how and why we're organized, and that's to leave these communities a little bit better than where we found them. And to think last week was, $5.5 million amount of money that was raised for COVID-19 relief. $3 million of that came from United Healthcare, which is the parent company of Optum. So, our partner here in Players is intimately involved in that. And then this week, the expectations are in the $10 million range. I mean, that's the power of golf. And when the community at whole gets behind it, it can do some really powerful things. I did think it was interesting. One of our teammates here, colleagues for the Players Championship, was the tournament director and kind of organizer on the ground for last week's event. And we've gotten to know Rory. I mean, we're not, going to, holiday brunches or anything, but knows us well. And I thought it was really, again, powerful where he asked our colleague, "Hey, how's Jacksonville doing? How's the business community doing, and the sponsors doing, the volunteers?" And it was, in a random part of the match. It wasn't some, press event. So it's really kind of nice to hear that our players are really focused on not only this community, but the communities in which we serve and we host our tournaments.
Jared, did you try to get the match between Mickelson, Brady, and Woods and Manning? Did you try to get that here at TPC?
I couldn't raise my hand quick enough. I'm still. If we were not in overseed, going into Bermuda, I would. Maybe we have a shot there, but no, it's no. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's great, and our teams again here are part of these last two events and helping to pull it together. So I'm just a little, I love catching up with you guys, and really appreciate you having me on. I was hoping that this was going to be one of the poolside at Frangie's episodes. I'm a little bummed that I'm just calling in. So
you know what?
Maybe the next one.
We got you a month late. That's our mistake. Exactly right. Those were the best shows, by the way, the poolside shows.
Yeah, we were at our welcome at the Frangie Casa there.
We kind of missed it too, though. Hey, How close were you guys to trying to reschedule the Players? Was that ever in play when everything when all the majors got rescheduled? Was it ever in play to try and do that?
Well, to Hayes' point, things happened so quickly, and we were looking at all our options, and so everything was being considered. And when you look at the entirety of the PGA Tour schedule and where things needed to fall, ultimately the schedule is out there as was best interest in golf. So, we'll be ready to go in March of 21.
Jared, I can tell you that my buddies here are going to lobby you over the next several months to have Old Dominion as the musical act at Military Appreciation.
Yeah, do we have any say in that?
So be ready for that, Jared.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm open to suggestions and recommendations, and referrals are welcome. Okay. No problem. I'd love to. If everyone knows anyone over there, happy to have a conversation.
See there?
So
I love it.
There you go. That's who we vote for. Old Dominion. Lauren's a big country music fan, as you know. Country's not my thing, but I just love this Old Dominion band. So Hayes said we need to call Jared and get him out there.
That's really Tuesday. Why we called you.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what this is all about. Okay.
So Jared, I know
I will.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I will put that on the list, and we'll see what we can do.
There you go.
Jared, I know you had only the 3 days, but did you guys learn anything that you'll bring to March 2021 from this past Players?
Yeah, I think there was a few things that we had done differently in terms of the entry-exit areas, the kind of the stadium village and first impression that just got a little bit better this year. So I think we'll, having a full week of that will be enjoyed by everyone. The retail merchandise area was fantastic, so we got some great learnings there. The digital ticketing process, while for some still might have been a little bit of a hurdle to jump through, it came off really, really well, and the likelihood is in our new norm everywhere will be that. So we're that much more closer to having a digital experience and pushing more through more content through streaming and your handheld products. So the other one is our food partners were fantastic and primed and ready to go. So those things all be elements that we carry over to 2021.
Final thing, Jared. Hayes asked you this earlier, but sort of a follow-up about the state of the game. I think the game's never been in a better position. I think we all believe that. But it's going to be interesting in the fall. The Masters is going against football. The Ryder Cup always goes against football, but it's going to be great to have the Ryder Cup. What kind of attention does golf want this fall? I mean, it's hard to go head-to-head with football. Again, now the Ryder Cup is used to doing it. But what are your expectations in terms of ratings for majors and the like?
Well, I think if this past weekend was any indication, again, I think fans of all sport are looking for that content. And when you see folks like Matthew Wolff, first timer at the 2020 Players, one of only 3 people to win both the NCAA and the PGA Tour and a PGA Tour event in the same year with Ben Crenshaw and Tiger Woods. That and by the way, that swing won the long drive. Almost the polar opposite of Jim Furyk. So showing that these guys have young guys with great talent that can compete at a really high level. So I think this compression of the season will be an advantage, as will the momentum of again being an event or a sport that lends itself to social distancing by design will allow us to again be one of the first leagues out and really draw in some new fans. And when you have those significant events towards the end of the year in the fall period, I think fans are going to really gravitate towards it and be following. So we're pretty excited about what's to come.
Jared Rice, the executive director of the Players Championship. Always great to catch up with you again. I know all the work that went into it, and you weren't able to have it this year, but I can't wait till it next year. I feel the same way you do. Jared, next time we're having the party at the pool, you're invited. You're the first guy invited. See you, brother. Thanks for joining us. Take care, man.
Be good.
All right, Jared Rice, all-time good guy, and the executive director of the Players Championship. But I did think about that. And they were so, to your point, Hayes, they were so gracious and handled it so graciously. But the work that goes into that thing, the hours, days, weeks, months to get ready for that week. 1 week. It's 1 week. They get here Monday. There's 3 practice rounds. There's 4 tournament rounds. And the dollars and time and labor and effort and to have it go away after Thursday. And again, it's nobody's fault. It needed to go away. Everything, people made all the right and correct decisions at the time. But you know what I mean? Gosh, I can only imagine how hard that must have been after all the work you put into it.
Oh, for sure. And Jared mentioned the fan shop.
Yeah.
Think of all the merchandise alone that has 2020 on it that, they were excited to sell. And I mean, that they completely redid the fan shop. So it was huge. And I will say I'm almost kind of glad that we were only out there for the one day because I could have spent a lot of money in that fan shop.
A lot more to do. Glad you're with us. 1 hour in the books. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You want an insurance agent you can trust? You want my friend Craig Dewhurst from State Farm. Call him at 940-9740. Really good guy, really good agent. Whatever it is you need, automotive insurance, life insurance, homeowners, Craig does a great job with all of it. You'll really like dealing with him. You'll personally like him. You'll like the fact that he can solve any questions you might have involving insurance. And when you come across a problem, he'll be there with you to go through it. He's that good a guy. He's that good an agent. 940-9740. State Farm agent, Craig Dewhurst.
We live Jacksonville. We love Jacksonville. We are Jacksonville. Where do we begin? 1010XL.
I don't know about you, but I need a haircut. I'm so glad that the Old School Barbershop is back open, ready for business, and ready for you. Walk-ins even accepted at the Old School Barbershop, although I would advise that you go ahead and make an appointment with 3 locations around town and an awesome setup. The Old School Barbershop is going to take you back in time, to a time where you could get your hair cut. So visit the Old School Barbershop right now. Go ahead and make your plans for the next few days. Clean up that shaggy mess, and I'll see you. I will see you at the Old School Barbershop.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety. I'm Jonathan David Suryash, Managing Tax Attorney at J. David Tax Law. Everyone knows that if you owe the IRS and don't pay, it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. The first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. J. David Tax Law is a local firm right here in Jacksonville, where only an experienced tax attorney will represent you. Our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. That's jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
My friends are already saving for their kids' college. My son was just born. I have no idea what the future will hold for him. Do I really need to start a 529 plan right now?
Saving with Florida Prepaid is a safe plan. The future may be uncertain, but Florida 529 prepaid plans are not. They're affordable and guaranteed, starting at $44 a month and can be used nationwide. They're the only tax-free, risk-free, worry-free way to save for college. Open enrollment ends May 31st. Enroll today at myfloridaprepaid.com.
It's good to be back.
American Transmission, Ronnie's Wings and Oyster Bar, and Mystic Cornhole Company
are now reopened as part of Phase 1. To register your reopened local business for a shout-out on 1010XL, visit 1010XL.com.
Hey, Mike Dempsey here, and I've seen almost every local business adapt in some way to better serve the community in today's new environment. Hello Windows and Doors, no exception. They know that windows and doors are still a part of the safety and security of your home, so they're offering virtual consultations to help get your project done. It's simple. Just schedule a video chat online at PellaJacks.com, then talk to a Pella expert about design ideas and get a free quote. Visit PellaJacks.com for more details and schedule your virtual consultation. Hello Windows and Doors.
Hi, Jacksonville. This is Dave Barker, owner of IHRS. Want your own growing hair guaranteed? IHRS has restored hair for men and women for over 30 years in Jacksonville, and our great staff is back to work. Now, more than ever, our clinic is following all CDC guidelines, and we're ready to help you grow your hair back. Free private in-office or virtual consultations are available. Call 904-777-IHRS or go to hairforme.com. Find out if our exclusive multi-unit hair grafting, laser hair therapy, or PRP will restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS for a free in-office or virtual consultation. Go to hair4me.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477, and grow your hair back.
Keeping farms running, construction moving, and towns maintained is essential. That's why Kubota is working to keep you working. Right now, get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Offer expires May 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Kubota. Together, we do more.
Call or visit Coastal Equipment, your Kubota dealer. Here to serve you in these challenging times. Coastal Equipment, Jacksonville, and in McClenny.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
When you walk back into one of your favorite restaurants, you're probably doing it with a little smile on your face because they're cooking up something good. Bud Light salutes all the eateries that work hard to keep the kitchen going. Support them as much as you can by dining in and do it local style.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods against Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson, a charity golf match on Sunday. Peyton Manning, he's already talking trash.
You know, Phil chose the right partner in Tom. Together, you know, they have 11 championships. Tiger and I have 17, the way I count it, right, Tiger? You're 15 plus my 2. So it's a little closer in the championships with Tiger and Phil being together. But it's a great cause. I know Tiger and Phil did it last year together. Tom and I were glad to be on board, being a COVID-19 relief fundraiser. It's going to be some fun and raise money for a great cause. So glad and honored to be a part of it.
It'll be at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. 92 degrees at 4 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
Don't you love her madly? Don't you need her badly? Don't you love her ways? Tell me what you say. Don't you love her madly? Wanna be her daddy? Don't you love her face? Don't you love her as she's walking out the door?
The Doors on Old Rock Thursday. Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline, Andrew Gibson, and Lauren Brooks with you. Time now for What Florida's, brought to you by our friends at the Kitchen and Flooring Design Center. Chatted with Anna yesterday. Everything has now been ordered for our house, so I could not be more excited. But remember, if you are looking to update your kitchen, go see their extensive display of Cambria quartz countertops. They have a full lifetime warranty, and they are just plain gorgeous. Trust me, that is what I went with, and I cannot wait to see it installed. What floored me is just the sheer amount of money that college football provides to these universities, specifically Navy. I guess I always thought that the government helped the Navy athletic department, but it only really has about 2% of its operating budget from the government. 60 to 70% of all of Navy's athletic revenue is generated through football. All the different things that football entails. But imagine if we don't have a college football season with fans, that 70% of their athletic department budget is completely wiped out, or at least postponed. It floors me that as we get closer, the talks of not having any fans at all, I think really will be a more massive hit than I really ever thought.
Yeah, number one, Navy's no different than any other athletic program. They're a normal athletic program funded by its football program. I wouldn't think the government helps them at all. It's a university, you know. So
but because they're sending their people, their students into the military a lot of times, that's why I just thought maybe there was some kickback.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but I don't know that there are. But no, you're right. Kevin O'Sullivan, the Florida baseball coach, was on Feinbaum. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
They're talking about the baseball draft and how it'll be affected, and how baseball will, they get the beautiful new stadium, and they probably would have been the odds-on pick to win the College World Series. They were ranked first when this thing blew up. What do you need? What do you need for this thing? What do you need for us to get back to normalcy? And Sully said, "We need football to come back." That's what one of the most prominent baseball coaches in the country said. He said, "We need football." That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and that, does anything tell the story better than that?
No, that's a great story, and yeah, it absolutely does. And again, that's what I keep coming back to in the last few days when we talk about this is who is going to stop it? And I just don't think that there's going to be anybody who is going to stop it because of how catastrophic it will be financially to so many people if they don't allow fans in, particularly if there is no massive, between now and September, any massive negative change in how COVID is affecting us.
Yeah.
I mean, if things continue to progress the way they're progressing, I just don't know how. I don't know who is going to say, I'm the person who's going to make sure that all these institutions are financially destroyed. I don't think anybody's going to own that decision.
ESPN wrote a great story. They all contributed to it. I mean, Chris Lowe was in it, and all the writers. Rittenberg, I think, is an ESPN guy still. And it talked about how they're going to bring them back. And it was a long, long story, but it told all the stories of what they're going to do. You saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. They're going to come. Some people want them to come back in groups, not all together.
Mm-hmm.
The testing will be extreme. They will work out in groups of where they live, so you don't infect each other. They do not encourage players to take showers at the facility after the workouts. Did you see that? They want you to go home and then bring back the clothes you worked out in to be totally not just washed but disinfected by the staff. I mean that's kind of eerie just hearing all of it. It's safe and it's erring on the side of safety perhaps, but that whole thing's kind of eerie. That these are college players coming back to campus, and how weird the whole world will be for all of them.
Yeah, and don't you wonder, we've talked about the gigantic college football coaching salaries and how much they've increased even over the last 3 to 5 years. I wonder if this is the one thing that's actually going to start to push those the other way, because in a year when you have to go to hire another football coach, you're not going to have the same kind of funding that you had if things, if the revenue is not the same as it was. And so I do wonder if we're going to start to see, instead of guys getting a $7 million per year contract, that get almost reduced by half.
I think what we're going to see there is not so much that, but what I do think you'll see, what I think you're hinting at that I do think will happen, is I think you're going to have to really mess up as a coach to get fired this year at any level.
I agree with that.
At any level. If you still have money remaining on your contract, I think the school or the owner in professional sports, because I think this applies to the NFL as well, I think the owner is going to look for any reason to keep the coach. Now, if it's at the end of a contract and then, maybe you move on, but you don't normally find that in college football because of the recruiting.
Are so expensive too.
Yeah, so my guess is the coaching carousel in college football will be almost non-existent. And I even think in the NFL, unless it's a coach who's just in the last year of his deal, and that does happen, but it's rare, I don't think – if I had to put the over-under on elite college and NFL job openings that will come, I would put it at 4.5, and I would take the under.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think you would get a pass this year because you've had to manage something very difficult. I never thought about that. You just got saying it. Yeah, I can't imagine many coaches are going to get fired.
And if the university owes you money because of the buyout, you're definitely closer to safe than ever before.
How can you justify that?
Right, you can't.
I mean,
or how can you pay it in some cases?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, how can you justify paying the buyout when your school has been financially hit as hard as some of these schools might get hit, particularly if they're not going to have full capacity or what they're used to having in terms of football attendance?
Yeah, the coaches' salaries have gotten so astronomical and seemingly out of control in the college. I mean, sometimes they're making more than the NFL guys. So I do wonder if that we just start to see that go a little bit the other way.
As I've watched all of this unfold, I thought the key question we said earlier in the week, our key questions about the pandemic are two things. A, will the momentum continue because there haven't been outbreaks, or will something change? Will something change the direction and the flattening that we've been able to accomplish? And B, if this second wave comes in the late fall, how will it affect us? Those are the two questions. Otherwise, I think we're moving along okay. But I've thought about this with college football. We've seen there's hopes that it comes back and it's normal. Some people say some campuses will open and some will not. There's been talk that if students aren't on campus, there will be no football. That has now been amended to long as students are on campus in some capacity. I'll give Matt Hayes, our colleague and my buddy Matt Hayes, credit. He said all along, even if schools aren't fully back, they're going to play football. They have to financially. And so now what you're seeing is schools that said, if our students aren't back, we're not bringing our players back, have now said, well, we may be offering some online classes and some on-campus classes. And if we have some on-campus classes, we'll play football. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I think the AAC said that. Mike Oresco of the American Athletic Conference said, if we're in school in any capacity, we're going to play football. So I think you're seeing that now. I think where it's going to land, and Hayes, you've said how long you think it's going to be normal, and I've gone back and forth. I've vacillated. To your credit, you haven't. I'm now leaning more toward it comes back. It's relatively normal. People practice it. There's training camp. There's practice. I'm talking about college football now. But I still think, let's say, is the Eastern Washington the first game for Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Florida opens against Eastern Washington in its normal time slot on SEC Network, 7:30, which is what I'm guessing that game would be.
No game day for that one?
I haven't heard. I'm not going to confirm that game day is not going to see Florida Eastern Washington. But you know what I do
Will
think?
We have game day?
Yeah, but you know what I do think you'll see no matter what? That's good question.
Yeah.
Will there be game day because of the crowd?
Probably not in the It'll probably be a studio show this fall, I would think.
Yeah, you would think it'll be a studio show this fall, yeah. But it's a great question. That's a great point I hadn't thought about.
I never thought of that, but you're right.
But
I love me some game day.
But who doesn't?
And SEC Nation.
But when that Eastern Washington game starts, whether it's by mandate of social distancing or maybe social distancing isn't even in play, maybe they just say be careful or whatever, I'll bet you'll be shocked at how empty that stadium is. Even if there's no rules, number one, attendance for games like that at all schools, not just Florida, has been dwindling anyway. Now, in addition to that, can you imagine? Right now, if you were guessing, knowing no more than you know, let's say Florida is going to play Eastern Washington, and Eastern Washington is going to fly across the country, which I'm not sure is going to happen. In fact, I would almost guess that game may not happen, but let's assume it happens. Who's going to that game? If you can watch it on TV, who's going? How many people are going?
I'll say it'll have 68,000.
Oh, my God. I'd say 20,000. 25, I think. What do you...
I'd go probably in between 40,000. I think you have the diehards that have had season tickets for so long, and then you've got a certain amount of students who, if you're telling that group of people that they can't have something, then all of a sudden they are going to change their minds completely on, it's just a football game. Now you take something away from young people, they are absolutely going to go and pack that stadium just because now they can do something that not everybody else can do.
Yeah, there's some militants to it, but I just think, I may be way off here, but I don't think Booster and Sebring or Eustis or Tampa or Coco that is accustomed to driving and taking the RV and hanging out, I don't think he's going to that game. He may be going maybe by mid-season when everything's calmed down and more people trickle in and more people trickle in. I don't think anyone's going to that Eastern Washington game. I might be wrong. And again, I'm guilty of doing what I told everybody not to do. Don't make your determination on what's going to happen on September 10th on May 21st. I get it. I know. I listen to myself sometimes, but I just can't. It's sometimes hard to picture what the world will be like then. You know what I mean? You can only see what you can see now. So it'll be interesting to see. I hope everybody goes. We want normalcy back. Right now, I almost feel like if I could have total normalcy back by January of 21, I'd be pretty happy. And college football and NFL in some capacity, which I think there's no doubt in anybody's mind we're having football, right? I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody anymore that thinks we're not having college and pro football. It's just going to look different. Nobody I've talked to thinks it's not going to exist.
In your current daily life, what is not normal now that we've reached this point of phase one and everything?
That's a great topic. Let's do it after the break. What is not normal now after we've gone through the thick of it, as it were? We'll talk about that. Love the topic, Lauren. That's after this on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Great time to head to Nimnik because the Markdown Madness sale continues at both Nimnik Chevrolet and at Nimnik Buick GMC. At the Nimnik Buick GMC location on Phillips Highway, they're offering 0% APR for 84 months on all those new 2019s and select new 2020s. At Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue, you got a choice. 0% APR for 84 months or no payments until 2021. And that's available on almost all of the new models. The bottom line is they're really trying to help you buy a car. If you still want a social distance and you don't want to go into the car dealership, buy it online, they'll bring it to you. And if you don't love it, you don't have to buy it. Bottom line is this. Nimnik, as always, is going to make it easier for you to buy a great car. Head to Nimnik today, won't you? Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
You probably know how much I love baseball. What you may not know is I attended hundreds of Jumbo Shrimp and Sons games over the years as a fan. Unfortunately, back and mobility issues have kept me away from the park in recent years. I can't tell you how much I miss not only the games, but the sounds and smells of the park. I still follow the team, focusing on the players I think will one day make it to the big leagues. In recent years, we've seen MLB stars like Christian Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton, JT Realmuto, and Marcell Ozuna wear Jacksonville uniforms on their journey to the bigs. we may never see those days again. An article in the current issue of Sports Illustrated details how the current shutdown may kill minor league baseball. MLB was already planning to cut 42 farm teams, and most of the others can't survive a year of lost revenue. Say it ain't so, Joe.
It's been a challenging year, and exceptional people have risen to the occasion. Now's the time to recognize them. Know someone who's making an impact in our community? Nominate them to be this year's TIAA Bank Community Champion. Each winning nominee will receive a $1,000 donation towards their cause, and will share their story with the world. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion for details, terms, and conditions. The deadline to nominate is June 26th. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with their Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd through the 25th. All Nike golf shoes are 25% off. Score an epic deal on Callaway's Epic Flash Driver, now only $349. Save big with the G400 driver, now only $249. Remember, the more you buy, the more you save, and receive up to 25% off all apparel. Edwin Watts Golf Shops Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd and May 25th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1968.
I'm attorney Matt Morgan. During these uncertain and trying times, it's important you know our team is working overtime and we are here and fully enabled to fight for you. With video conferencing and a digital sign-up process, our firm is able to electronically sign your case up from the comfort of your home, no office visit necessary. We will get through this together and we are here for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
This is Hacker. Join me for the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Wednesday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL Florida Gator Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or TuneIn.
Things are moving again in our community, and like so many other local businesses, Diamonds Direct is now open. We're ready to get back to our mission of helping you celebrate your love like never before. Our showrooms are clean, and we're taking all the necessary safety precautions. Our showcases are fully stocked, our values and prices are better than ever, and our team is eager to serve. And starting this Friday, we're helping in a big way with our most aggressive finance offer ever. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down on any purchase. Yes, 60 months, zero interest on anything. All certified diamonds, all designer rings, all fashion jewelry, all earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets. If you've had to delay that engagement or wedding or that anniversary or birthday celebration, Diamonds Direct is here to help. Starting Friday, you can spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. At Diamonds Direct, now more than ever, we know love is the most essential thing in our lives. So come see us and let us help you share that love with something she'll have forever. Diamonds Direct. Open Memorial Day, too. Get details, store hours, and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou for the Blue Crab Crab House, where takeout is now available Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 till 10. Sunday it all begins at 12:30. Just give them a call, 260-CRAB, 260-2722 for the best seafood in Jacksonville. Why would you consider going anywhere else? Call them today. It's the Blue Crab Crab House, 260-2722, Julington Creek Road in San Jose.
Hicken here. Need help cleaning and sanitizing your home? Give Zero Res a call. Zero Res is on the front lines when it comes to fighting against germs and viruses. Zero Res has been providing a cleaner and healthier living environment in Jacksonville homes for more than 15 years. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, man. It's the right way to clean.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
One-time Seminole, Jim Morrison. Do you know that?
I did not.
Did you know that?
I did. In fact, my cousin Robert Bethea sent me an email earlier in the show when we were talking about this initially. And his daughter, Lauren, lived for a semester in the same rooming house that Jim Morrison had lived in during his brief time in Tallahassee.
Oh.
And she visited his grave in Paris and in FSU's study abroad program. So appreciate that from Robert.
You let Robert claim Wake Forest and FSU. I always make him pick. You making him pick, you let him choose them both. I don't let him have both.
That's a great point. I let him have both.
Robert, if you're listening, you've known for 30 years. I haven't let you have both.
I remember I was at his house. It was probably around Christmas, and we were all together celebrating. And it was the year where Florida State beat us like 45-30, maybe. It might have been Spurrier's first year.
Right.
And it was the game where Lawrence Dawsey on like the first play went 80 yards.
45-30. It was the first year.
Yeah. And so I just remember him saying, "Oh, there goes Lawrence Dawsey." Like this was weeks after the game, and he was still he was giving me a little bit about it about Lawrence Dawsey.
You can't have Dion and Tim Duncan. Pick one. You can't have both.
Did he go to both?
Huh?
Did he go to both? Did he
went to law? Yeah, but I don't care.
Oh, I think that counts. I think you get both.
I think he can claim
You can
both.
give him both. No, I'm not. I've known Robert 30 years. He can't have both.
Yeah.
I've made it very clear. Every time I've made it very clear.
But it is
Brother
interesting.
Dale's a Gator, and he can have. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Brother Dale's a Gator.
And Fred, his dad, huge Gator.
Okay.
Had all the gave me a bunch of Gator football tapes on VHS. Several years ago. But what's interesting is, yes, Jim Morrison went to Florida State, but in the movie The Doors, they have a pretty monumental error in it because he's being interviewed. It's the scene, if you've seen the movie, where like the Doors are being interviewed by like a gaggle of reporters in this room. And
did you see the movie Val Kilmer?
No,
it's a great movie.
It's a good movie. And one of the reporters is sort of going through Jim's history and says, kicked out of the University of Florida. Anyway, so in the movie they identify him going to Florida, but he didn't. He went to Florida State.
So FSU deserves credit. Right. I want to talk about what's not. You asked a great question. What's not normal? But I got a problem.
Yo, I'll solve it.
Well, I hope you will, because I'm not very happy. I don't get moody. I don't get angry very often. But every now and then I get bowed up. And so when I get bowed up, I need you to help it. Hayes will be with me on this.
Uh-oh, you're already laughing.
I'm not laughing. It's a very serious topic. Y'all quit laughing about my serious topics. That's going to bother me. I'm the worst straight-faced guy ever, okay? Hayes is too, so you're not helping. But how in the world, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Lori Loughlin pled guilty.
What?
How do you not throw that out? If that judge doesn't throw it out, there's an investigation.
That's the worst legal advice of all time. There's no chance she would have been found guilty.
The judge, when she pleads guilty, the judge should say, "Lori, don't plead guilty." No, Judge, I plead guilty. No, you don't. Lori, I got this. Okay, I got this, Lori. Plead not guilty. How'd that happen?
How did
that happen, Brooks?
She's guilty.
She's not guilty.
First of all, that's beside the point. Okay.
No, that's kind of the most relevant topic.
She can't possibly be guilty.
No, she's not guilty.
The
Italian husband guy's guilty.
Now he might be guilty.
You know what?
But she's not guilty.
The Italian husband guy should do 2 terms.
Yeah.
That's
what kind of a loser lets his wife plead and go to prison?
Yeah.
Exactly. He should have said, "Just give me her sentence."
I'm never buying the brand Massimo at Target ever again.
Unbelievable, like that guy. So anyway, that's who I blame. I blame him. I'm with you, Brooks. I don't like him either.
Yeah,
maybe you
he's
should.
the heavy.
Yes.
Maybe you should teach your children to study a little more so then they can get in without needing help from their parents.
If she isn't issued,
she's clearly misunderstood. You don't understand.
if she isn't issued a full pardon and apology by every politician that can give it, then shame on this country.
I think by now the federal government owes her money.
Yeah.
She should get the PPP. Did Lori get the? She should get it.
She should.
She should get. You know what? She should get like 3 or 4 PPPs.
I
That's my
don't
recommendation.
like this.
I don't like
So
that.
how long does she have to serve?
I don't know. She just pled guilty, which is a dumb plea.
That's
Lori
bad.
Loughlin.
There's no chance
Unbelievable.
she would have been found guilty by a jury of her peers.
You asked earlier.
Particularly if I was on the jury.
You asked earlier, Lauren.
She faces a $150,000 fine, 2 years of supervised release, and 100 hours of community service, while her husband faces a $250,000 fine, 2 years of supervised release, and 250 hours of community service.
Okay.
Why would it be different?
Oh, so
if
she's
they're-
not going to jail.
They're not going to. She's not going to the slide.
Well, why would it be different if they're married and they contributed the money from their joint account? That makes no sense.
Because it was his idea.
Yeah, that's the
and
reason.
She was tricked into this scam.
Well, then why didn't he say that to get her?
Because he's a coward.
Out of all of
And he's a
this?
bad person. Okay, that's why he didn't say it.
What a
coward.
What a tough thing.
Uh,
$500,000 to get your kid into a school. That's ridiculous.
Anyway, but at least he's not going to the slammer. I feel a little better.
Thank
you for
goodness.
reading that story for me. You said, what's not normal in your life? Now, that was a great question. I'm trying to think about it. What is not normal? I've worn shorts or jeans every day, and usually this time of year I'm wearing slacks, and we're calling on clients, and I'm still calling on them, but I'm calling on them in shorts. I mean, I don't know why. We just kind of are.
It's hot out.
I guess that's it. Suzanne and I I hope it's our new normal, is we go for more weekday walks now. Sometimes if I don't have a client to see, I'll get up in the morning, we'll go do stuff like that. So I hope that's a new normal. I've played way more golf, but I'm going to keep playing, even though life's back to kind of normal for us. Lauren, we're still not going to restaurants. We're still not. We've gone to a few, but Suzanne has got great trepidation about. My wife has great trepidation about going into a restaurant, sitting down. And I've talked to a lot of people. It seems 50-50 to the people with whom I speak. Some say, nah, I'm ready. We're going to go to the restaurant. We don't think twice about it. Others say, no, I'm still going to social distance and wear my mask. And so do you sense that too?
I do.
There's a mix of opinions?
I have friends that are on all sorts of the spectrum. I have friends that are like me that are like, yeah, let's go out. And I have friends that are like, I'm not quite ready yet. Get back with me in like a week or two, and maybe we'll see. You can tell. They're close, but they're not quite there yet. I haven't encountered anybody that has just told me flat out, I'm not going out for another 3 months. I mean, I haven't heard that. But I certainly, I would say there's a wide mix in my circle of friends of, yes, I'll go out, and I'm not ready.
I guess explain to me the difference if you're okay with getting to-go food. What is the major difference between that and maybe sitting outdoors at a restaurant that's now open? Because if you're willing to have someone touch and process the food that you're going to eat and then touch the box and all that stuff, then what's really the difference between sitting down outside as long as you wash your hands and, maybe wipe down the surfaces and
I
things?
guess just you're worried about the other guests in the restaurant.
Yeah,
But if you're socially distant, I guess that's the one thing I wonder.
Somebody walks by your table,
I get it.
maybe.
I can see where there's a difference. There's a difference between there's a lot of the same stuff, but I can see how there's a difference.
Yeah.
I really can.
At the beginning, like my dad, I know, was afraid of even getting to-go food because just touching, somebody else touching something, he didn't want to ingest that. And then eventually he relaxed, and he's not quite ready to go to a restaurant yet, but he's also a big believer in the masks. And so why would you go to a restaurant if you're going to wear a mask the whole time?
What's different in your life? What's not normal in your life?
I'm not going to go back to the gym for a while, but that's really not as much about the COVID. I mean, that's what changed it, but with the neck stuff and things like that, I'm really enjoying the running and walking outside. Honestly, now that nail salons are open and restaurants are back open, I don't think there's a whole lot about my life that's that much different. I still use a glove to pump gas. I never did that before, but now that I think about it, I'll probably always do that for the rest of my life because there's so many germs on that specific surface. But other than that, my life, I think, is pretty much resumed to normalcy. What about yours?
My kids have been out of the house 5 times in the last 2.5 months, probably. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but that's been the biggest thing
that's a big difference.
is that Avery and Jackson are always home. And, before they'd go to school and they'd have clubs, after school that they were in, whether it was scouts or sports or whatever. And now they are pretty much always home. And, Carrie does a nice job. She'll take them to the beach. They've gone with me to visit my parents, and then we've social distanced, doing that. Once we're, a lot of the times we just hung out in like their backyard or something like that. The kids didn't even go in the house. So we started to finally kind of start like going into houses and being a little closer last weekend. But for the most part, I mean, it's, I'm sort of used to my kids almost having their own lives, as a 6th grader and a 4th grader, and they sort of go off and, you kiss them goodbye, they go off, they have their day, and then you don't really know what that day was, and then they come home and, they tell you what they want to tell you about how their day went.
Sure.
But now it's they're home the entire time. So that's been the biggest thing, is just seeing it from their perspective, and just how it's completely eliminated everything that they really enjoyed in terms of socializing with their friends.
I don't sense that there's a big difference in traffic patterns. I think now the traffic pattern, I go
has returned to normal.
Yeah. I think when driving down Beach Boulevard here from my house.
Yep.
For my house, if I'm coming here, I go Beach Boulevard. If I'm going to our office for our production company, which is all, where it is, Lauren, it's off of Belfort, I go JTB. So based on where I'm going, I go 2 different directions. Whatever direction I'm going, traffic's the same. The JTB
it
traffic
used to be really nice, didn't it?
Yeah, there was no traffic.
How light the traffic was.
Yeah, but the traffic patterns seem the same. When I'm at restaurants, they're not as crowded. Restaurants aren't as crowded as they were once upon a time. I think we'd all would agree
But
with
I
that.
think they will be once,
And they're coming back.
Starting. Yeah.
And they're starting to come back a little bit, too. So they're not as crowded, but they're getting there. So I was at a restaurant today that tends to be very crowded at lunch, and it was very crowded at lunch except for the every other table. You know what I mean? So there were still people
at capacity.
Yeah, it was clearly at nobody waiting, but clearly at capacity. So I think life has kind of come back a little bit. So it seems to. Take a break. When we come back, your favorite leading ladies from sports movies, Hayes Carlyon.
I'm ready.
I got a few I'm going to drop on you. You got a few going to drop?
I do.
Okay.
I thought about it all last night, all day today.
It all comes up after this. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
With the games, without the games.
He can watch the game at home, but he can't play.
Locally owned, locally operated.
He can pretend to play while he's at home.
1010XL is here for you and all of Jacksonville.
Ace Carlyon for Harrell & Harrell. If you were in need of a personal injury attorney, you need to find the perfect team. A team with the ample resources needed to win your fight while maintaining that essential personal touch. I've known Holt & Julie Harrell for decades, and trust me, you will get that personal touch at Harrell & Harrell. Holt & Julie have figured out that important balance. They are from Jacksonville, they care about Jacksonville, and being a community-based firm. Smart, savvy, but most important, compassionate. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell & Harrell at 251-1111.
We've all faced difficult times, and you deserve a break. That's why we created our exclusive Beaver Cares campaign to help stimulate our local economy and offer you unprecedented savings. No payments for 6 months, $1,000 cash back, 0% financing, and up to $6,000 more for your trade. Plus, with the purchase of every vehicle, you will support a local business and receive a $200 gift card of your choice. Visit beavercares.com for more information on how you can support the recovery of our community together.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialists at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 21st, 1992, Golden State Warrior head coach Don Nelson was named NBA Coach of the Year, becoming the first NBA coach to win the award 3 times.
Mike Dempsey here for Universal Roofing Contracting, and folks, they want you to know they are open and here to help. Are you worried about your roof? Well, Universal is offering virtual consultations to serve all of your roofing needs. When it comes to replacing or repairing your roof, you want quality workmanship and the nation's best warranty. You got them both. To schedule your virtual consultation, call 1-855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com for more details. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
Well, men, you feel me out there. The older you get, the harder it is to get rid of that fat, and the more you need help in getting rid of that fat, and I got your answer, baby. It's Pure Sculpting. I've told you about them over there on Beach Boulevard. They now have 2 ways to get rid of stubborn fat. First, it's the minimally invasive liposculpting procedure. I've been telling you about that. You're in, you're out. Read a book while it's going on. There's also now a brand new, completely non-invasive Evolve system. Destroys fat without surgery. Now, this is a leading-edge, FDA-approved technology. I mean, it's up to 40% fat reduction in only 3 sessions. How's that sound? It's less expensive, more effective than the most popular brands in the market. So, what an awesome opportunity. It's only right here on the First Coast with Pure Sculpting. They offer Botox fillers, glow system, all the other things that you would expect. But if you want to lose fat, guys, this is the way to get it out quick. Call Pure Sculpting today at 447-2019.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie here for Orange Environmental Services, the superstars at taking care of your pest control and your lawn. They mow our lawn, they treat our lawn, and they're the best in the business at pest control with Centricon Termite Protection. They are the superstars. I trust them. You should too. 272-3284. The superstars at taking care of your pest control and your lawn are Orange Environmental. Call them today at 272-3284.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vic ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
The time is right to replace your company shirts and other logoed items from Hardball Creative. Nobody doesn't like Hardball because Hardball does it all.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
There's a chance your local Geico agent has the same affinity for dad jokes as you.
What do you call a fake noodle?
I don't know. Maybe an impasta.
Oh, so cheesy.
Did it grate on you?
Yeah, you really shredded me.
But there's a better chance your local Geico agent could help you out with auto, homeowners, renters, or condo insurance. Motorcycle, boat, or RV insurance, too. They'll work hard to provide sound advice and significant savings. You don't need to share a love for paternal puns to do that. Local Geico agents. Call or visit yours today.
The natural habitat of a creepy doll is a horror movie. It can't help being creepy. It's that small, fixed smile and those never-closing eyes, always watching you, plotting, which you're imagining. It's mindless. But when the creepy doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them easy access to emergency roadside service through an award-winning app, it knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. The only question is, how did the creepy doll move from the bedroom to the hallway? I would get out of the house.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
Sports movies. Gibby, what's your favorite all-time sports movie? You told me before. What's number one for you?
I think Field of Dreams for me.
Yeah, great movie.
James Earl Jones is outstanding.
What about, did you like Costner's wife in that?
Oh, yeah. Kevin Costner's wife,
Amy,
for sure.
Amy Madigan played it. What was her first name?
Thumbs down.
What was her name?
I don't remember.
All right. Old Rock Thursday, by the way, is The Doors. The Doors are so good.
Annie Kinsella.
Annie, and obviously Kinsella, right? Annie Kinsella. Okay, so all right, I got Annie written down here.
Ray's wife.
Ray's wife. Hayes, would you kick us off here, please? Give me 2 or 3 that move the needle for you.
I would say, for me, it would start with Kathy Ireland in Unnecessary Roughness.
Okay.
No, it's not a great sports movie.
Yeah.
But, she is athletic. She's a female playing on a football team, playing it well. She's a very reliable clutch kicker.
Hey, actually, the movie's Necessary Roughness.
What did I say?
Unnecessary.
Yeah. Sorry. Other than that, though,
and do you happen to know the character's name by any chance?
I do not remember her name.
Beautiful. That makes it even better.
In that movie.
That's even better that you don't. Keep going.
Yeah.
Please.
I think the one that annoys me the most is so this is my anti-pick is Barbara Hershey in Hoosiers.
Okay.
Because she's just such a buzzkill in the entire movie, and until the very end. But so she would be a big thumbs down, and
Lucy Draper.
Is that what her name is?
That would be correct.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, Kathy Ireland's character.
Yes,
Lucy
Kathy
Draper.
Ireland's character in Unnecessary Roughness.
Right, and we're talking. You're looking for like.
All I want is conversation. This is fantastic.
Are you looking? You're looking for like the female athletes or just females in a sports movie?
Yeah. It's kind of turned into that. What I was really going for was the leading ladies.
Lynn and Lynn versus Lacey Underall.
But dropping Myra Fleener from Hoosiers is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's my thumb. That's my anti-pick. She's awful.
Did you know her name was Myra Fleener?
I did not. That's
Okay.
incredibly impressive.
That sounds like a name of someone that would annoy you.
Yeah.
Not just you, but the general population.
Okay, so who's your favorite? Now that we've built up,
you
got to pick. You can't have them both. Hayes, you cannot have both of them.
Yeah.
Because he's down to 2. I know he's down to 2.
Yeah, I think it would have to be Lacey Underall in Caddyshack. Is the greatest
that?
female sports movie character of all time.
The leading lady. Wow, I would have guessed. I would have lost a lot of money in Vegas on that.
Yeah, who would you have guessed?
Lynn Wells.
Lynn is fantastic.
Yeah, she's sassy.
Yeah.
She's smart. She's a librarian. Okay.
Man, I thought you were describing me up until the librarian part.
Yeah, no,
She's hot.
I mean, Lynn is sensational. But for me, I like the sizzle that Lacey Underall brings to the table. I like the fact that she's a free spirit, and and I like the fact that I think I'd go with Lacey Underall.
Okay, very good. How about you?
I have the 2 correct answers to this question.
That's you know what?
I am the reigning female, clearly.
So you get 2 votes. You probably get more votes, right?
I get 2 votes. That's all I need. I will give you 1 Dottie Henson from A League of Their Own, which is played by Gina Davis.
Fantastic choice.
She is by far, as far as the one competing in the sports movie, she is by far the best, in my opinion.
Got to hold on to that ball, though, at the end.
Yeah, but she's the actual athlete. All the people you've mentioned so far, other than, I guess, Kathy Ireland, have not really been athletes. They've just been in sports movies.
Did she drop the ball on purpose?
I don't think so.
I think she did.
You think
You
she
think
did?
she did?
I think she dropped it on purpose.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't think she
I
dropped
think she
it.
dropped it on purpose.
I
Go
think-
ahead. Please continue.
We
I
all
was
make
upset
mistakes in
that the
life.
Rockford Peaches lost that game.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
I
saw
think
it
she
for the
dropped
first
it.
Just
time.
recently, we lost a Rockford Peach.
I saw
She was like,
that.
yeah,
It was
over
the
100.
last one.
Yeah, that made
was
me sad.
Yeah.
And then the second correct answer, and this person does not compete in the sports movie, which is why it's the second answer, is Cheryl Yost from Remember the Titans.
That's a great call. That's a great,
Played
very,
by Hayden
very,
Panettiere.
very good. You know what? That's a good call. She was very good, wasn't she? Okay. Well,
Now that I've given you the correct answers, what are some other answers that are going to be honorable mentions?
well, let me give you some that probably aren't great ones that you.
And why would you pick? I mean, I know why,
Yeah.
but tell the listeners why you would pick her from Remember the Titans.
Oh, because she is the most knowledgeable little female chick, and she cares so much about the game, and she cares about her dad, and she's just a badass, and I love her.
When
And
she is-
when I grow up, that's who I want to be.
When she is stomping around in the
Yeah, oh,
stands
it's hilarious.
because she's frustrated by how they're playing, it is so funny.
It is fantastic, and honestly, people will tell you that I remind them as an adult. I remind them of her as a little girl. Like when I'm home watching games and I don't have to censor myself. That's what I've been told.
Let me drop a few names. Can I drop some names on you?
Let's go. You came up with the topic.
Dottie Henson made the list. I got a list. Okay, Dottie's on the list. Annie Kinsella is on the list. Okay, so I'm glad that Gibby brought her up. Kathy Ireland, Lucy Draper was not on the list, but now that you've reminded me of her, I'm putting her on the list. I had forgotten about it. I was talking about a movie that I took a little more seriously. What about Adrienne Balboa? Nothing?
Thumbs
Nothing?
down.
Too whiny, too quiet?
Oh,
What?
I mean, she's in the whining Hall of Fame.
What about Adrienne?
I mean,
Adrienne do anything for you?
If it wasn't for Adrienne, Rocky Balboa would still be the champion. No, it's
Gibby, what about Adrienne? You like Adrienne?
Yeah, I like Adrian.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Let me tell you.
Adrian is great in Rocky 2 when she finally when she comes out of it.
Yeah.
And she tells him to win. I mean, it is hard in that scene not to like get goosebumps. And then
Okay.
obviously they start the montage.
All right. So, okay, let's see.
A movie, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, a movie we discussed that y'all hate, but I thought she did a really good job is Hilary Swank as Maggie Fitzgerald in Million Dollar Baby.
She was phenomenal.
I think she goes on the list.
Yeah, it's not her fault that the movie was
Correct.
written terribly.
Right, but I didn't like her character either. I didn't
No?
like any of it.
Okay.
I didn't. I mean,
All right.
she was great, but I didn't love her character. I hated the movie. Myra Fleener, you got to. She was hard to like, wasn't it? It was
impossible to
It was hard to like her, except at the end she came through for Coach Norman Dale.
After he saves the town.
Yeah, because she was digging him. There's a sleeper here that, knowing how wonderfully, magnificently, beautifully, terrifically shallow you are, that you've left out, because I can be similarly shallow. This one surprises me, because I would have thought in the Hayes Carline list, I mean, Hayes Carline brought Lucy Draper to the party today.
Right.
Okay. How did you forget Memo Paris? Do you know who Memo Paris is?
I do not.
Gibby, do you know who Memo is?
No.
Brooks, do you know who Memo is?
I do not.
Memo Paris. Doesn't do anything for you.
I'm intrigued, though.
You've looked it up by now, Brooks? You have?
When I Googled it, it came up with a luxury perfume at Neiman Marcus.
Memo Paris. Surprised you don't know Memo.
Sounds like a perfume.
You don't know Memo. Memo was smoking hot in the movie. Does that help you at all? Nobody named Memo.
Oh, now I know.
Memo was Kim Basinger in The Natural.
Oh, okay.
Memo.
Yeah.
Memo was
That's a
sultry,
great call.
sultry. Well, I thought that'd be top on the Hayes Carline list. So
that's a
top on
great
my
call.
list too.
What about the owner in Major League? Y'all don't love her?
I do love her.
Yeah,
but
she's
I
underrated.
think she's fantastic.
Okay.
So I get her. So I will get through my list. So probably in an obvious tie for probably second for me, she's by far the best looking to me, but would be Dr. Molly Griswold and Lynn Wells, because it's the same person. Dr. Molly, remember she's a psychologist.
That's right.
In Tin Cup.
In Tin Cup. Yeah.
Okay. But probably my favorite all-time character. No idea who I'm going to go with here?
No.
You lost?
I'm
No
lost.
idea?
No idea.
Okay. Any idea where I'm going here, Gib?
No, I don't.
My favorite character, it's got to be Annie Savoy.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be Annie Savoy from Bull Durham.
Yeah, great call.
She was fantastic in that movie.
She was.
I should have gotten that.
Oh, my God, she was She, in that movie, that was one of in my mind, it was one of the best acting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Susan Sarandon in Bull Durham. It was one of the best acting jobs I've ever seen in a sports movie. I'll put it up there with Stallone. I'll put it up there with anybody's acting job in a sports movie. I thought she was spectacular in that movie.
Great call.
Yeah.
And to me, she is number one on the list.
Yeah, she's
because of
unbelievable.
all of it. Because you get obviously the character it's a incredibly well written movie. She's such a vivid character, and Susan Sarandon is pretty foxy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really good.
Did you?
What are yours?
What did you mention? Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side?
You know what?
No, we
I
did
did it,
not.
but great call, Gib,
Yeah.
because
Yep,
you know
love
what?
her.
Very good call, because she was really good in that movie.
She was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good call. That's a really good call, because Sandra Bullock was great, and the movie was a little cheesy, but she was really good. And if you ever saw the real, what's her name? What's the lady's?
I can't remember.
Tui,
that's right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, if you ever saw the real, what was her first name? Anyway, whatever. Sean was the husband. Whatever her name was, she was unbelievably like her.
Yeah.
Personality, looks, the whole
Leanne.
bit. She was Leanne Tui all day long. What were you going to ask me? I thought you had a question about this.
Oh, I was gonna say, have you seen Blue Crush?
Yeah, with Kate Bosworth.
Kate Bosworth,
Yeah.
I have.
That's a good mention.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if you would like someone in a bikini the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Now, there's a whole different category that I think Lucy Draper probably heads up.
Right.
Kathy Ireland would probably head up that category. And for sure.
The actual athletes in the movies?
No, how good looking they are, okay?
Oh.
Sorry, stay with me here, bro.
How about Margot Robbie and I, Tonya?
You know, I don't think I saw it.
Oh, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's great, and it's a great. I never saw I, Tonya. Was it really good?
Yeah, you'd like it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it. Did you see it?
No.
I want to see it. Who played Nancy Kerrigan? Anybody of note?
I don't think so. They sort of quickly go through that, is what I remember. Allison Janney played her mom in one Best Supporting Actress.
Oh, I saw. Yes, I did see it. Yes, I did see it. I did. That's exactly right. I saw it. Yeah, she was good. She was
Lauren, what about Darcy from Varsity Blues? Wasn't that her name?
Yeah, I think that's her name. That's a good one. The whipped cream.
Was that Allie Larder?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Gibby,
Yeah, that's
you're
a
kind
really
of
good
in the zone.
Yeah.
Feel free to keep throwing these out there.
And Lacey Underall, by the way, was magnificent in her own kind of Lacey way.
Right.
But they didn't do enough with her in the movie.
Well, I fully agree with that. She should have been in every scene.
She should have been in every scene. I'm not sure they did quite enough with her in the movie. Hey, coming up in our third hour, by the way, our friend Dr. Kevin Kaplan, the Jaguars team doctor, is going to join us probably about 5:15 or 5:20 on the program. I want to ask him all about these protocols. Two things with Cap. Number one, the protocols is the team is they're going to open the stadium next Tuesday. What does that mean? Who will be there? Who won't be there? How are they going to manage that? Players and coaches can't be there yet, by the way. But how are they going to manage that? Scott Trulock, by the way, is in charge of that, the team trainer. But also, Cap has kind of developed this face mask that everybody's talking about. That he's one of the designers of it, which is kind of cool stuff.
That will be really cool to hear from him. I got to throw a late mention in here.
Uh-oh, hang on.
Okay.
Is this one I should know?
This is sort of a Annie Savoy-ish in that realm.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez in White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, she was
She is awesome.
That
in
is a great call. She
Yeah.
was magnificent in that movie. You better believe it. That's a very good call.
That is a good call.
All right,
Y'all
second-
acting like a bunch of sissies. Quit it. I still win. All right.
When we come back, we got 1 hour to go. We got a little college football talk. I'm going to get to a guy named Dak. I got a Dak Prescott thought. I want to get to that. I want to talk a little bit about our governor in the last hour of the show, and we'll visit with Kevin Kaplan. All coming up. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
That goes to whoever gets closest to the actual retail price without going over. John, we're going to start with you. Go ahead.
1010, Drew. The price is 1010 XL, and it's always right.
Exciting news from my friends at the Alhambra Theater and Dining. For the first time ever, they will be opening for dinner, and they are open now for dinner Tuesdays through Sundays. That's right, you can still have date night. Make your reservations today by calling 641-1212. You've heard both Frank and I tell you just how good the food is there. From the slow smoked barbecue pork ribs with mac and cheese, collard greens, and German chocolate cake, to Chef Dewan's award-winning fried chicken with white barbecue sauce, fries, coleslaw, and apple strudel. You getting hungry yet? You can also order food to go. Check out the full menus online at alhambrajacks.com. And the show will, of course, go on. The Alhambra is planning to reopen next month with Cinderella, a show the whole family will love. The Alhambra has been serving Jacksonville for 52 years, and they've adapted just like the rest of us. Make your dinner reservations, order meals to go, and get your tickets to Cinderella today by calling 641-1212 or go to alhambrajacks.com.
Things are moving again in our community, and like so many other local businesses, Diamonds Direct is now open. We're ready to get back to our mission of helping you celebrate your love like never before. Our showrooms are clean, and we're taking all the necessary safety precautions. Our showcases are fully stocked, our values and prices are better than ever, and our team is eager to serve. And starting this Friday, we're helping in a big way with our most aggressive finance offer ever. 5 years, zero interest financing with nothing down on any purchase. Yes, 60 months, zero interest on anything. All certified diamonds, all designer rings, all fashion jewelry, all earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets. If you've had to delay that engagement or wedding or that anniversary or birthday celebration, Diamonds Direct is here to help. Starting Friday, you can spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. At Diamonds Direct, now more than ever, we know love is the most essential thing in our lives. So come see us and let us help you share that love with something she'll have forever. Diamonds Direct, open Memorial Day too. Get details, store hours, and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor-trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists. at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with their Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd through the 25th. All Nike golf shoes are 25% off. Score an epic deal on Callaway's Epic Flash Driver, now only $349. Save big with the G400 driver, now only $249. Remember, the more you buy, the more you save, and receive up to 25% off all apparel. Edwin Watts Golf Shops Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd and May 25th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1968.
In these tough times, EnviroMasters stands alone as trusted experts in Jacksonville and across the country when it comes to killing COVID-19. Their electrostatic spraying service has been in operation for years. In fact, over 50,000 sprays in the last 3 years. This is nothing new for EnviroMaster and encountering these tough, debilitating viruses. Killing COVID-19 and 4 dozen others, local businesses can count on EnviroMasters. 683-6399. That's 683-6399.
As the economy begins its comeback, these businesses are back in business.
Roland Reich Plumbing, Mariano's Custom Tailor, and Luke Law.
If your business is back, let us know at 1010XL.com.
Hi, Jacksonville. This is Dave Barker, owner of IHRS. Want your own growing hair guaranteed? IHRS has restored hair for men and women for over 30 years in Jacksonville, and our great staff is back to work. Now, more than ever, our clinic is following all CDC guidelines, and we're ready to help you grow your hair back. Free private in-office or virtual consultations are available. Call 904-777-IHRS or go to hairforme.com. Find out if our exclusive multi-unit hair grafting, laser hair therapy, or PRP will restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS for a free in-office or virtual consultation. Go to hair4me.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477, and grow your hair back.
Brakes for less is what we do. We know drums, rotors, pads, and shoes. If there's a squeal in your wheel, come see the best. 733 Stop.
Brakes for less.
All we do
are brakes for less.
Although we're not out of the woods yet, virus haters, Woody's Barbecue continues to do it low and slow for curbside takeout and delivery. High Flying Jacko here. Make the decision to do Woody's today or tonight. Download the app, order online, or phone in your order. For over 40 years, Woody's Barbecue is the top choice for virus haters everywhere.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do.
Let's eat. Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Andrew Gibson for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Ackerman Urology Center. Peyton Manning will team up with Tiger Woods to take on Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady on Sunday in a charity golf match.
You know, Phil chose the right partner and Tom together. You know, they have 11 championships. Tiger and I have 17, the way I count it, right, Tiger? You're 15 plus my 2. So it's a little closer in the championships with Tiger and Phil being together.
Peyton Manning having some fun with the charity golf tournament. That will benefit COVID-19 relief. It'll be at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, televised on TNT, TBS, and True TV. Right now at 4:58, 88 degrees. Your time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Here, that means it's time for more football.
Football!
Football at 5.
5 o'clock somewhere.
On The Frangie Show.
Love me 2 times, baby. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, girl.
Doors on Old Rock Thursday.
That's a
Always
great song.
Stanley Pools Thursday. Every single one has been a great song. I sometimes you forget how much you really like an artist because you don't necessarily
I do
put
that all
them
the
in
time with these,
rotation.
yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh, I really like them. For me, I've been on kind of like a Fleetwood Mac binge over the last few days, so that's why it's so perfect that Fleetwood Mac's going to be recorded now, and I get to watch them live.
You
in
haven't seen that
Boston.
show.
I have not.
It's fantastic.
I've seen Fleetwood Mac in concert.
Yeah.
I think we decided we were both at the same show, right? 2005 at the arena.
I was there.
Yeah. So and they are magic. I mean, Stevie Nicks is obviously magical in and of herself, but the whole band together, fantastic.
Yeah. Now the concert you're going to watch tomorrow is very heavy Lindsey Buckingham. It's just more heavy than I think.
Okay.
It's not just Monday Morning and about 3 or 4 of the songs that are his. There's a lot of. But I mean, I like Lindsey Buckingham.
Right.
I'm telling
That
you,
might be some fast forwarding for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lindsey Buckingham. I'm just telling you.
And
there's a
Christine
lot.
McVie is there or not there?
I don't think she's there.
Okay.
I think she's not there. I think she's not there.
All right. So did we come up with the #1 overall leading lady in a sports movie?
Well, apparently there's been an adjustment. Okay.
Okay.
A major adjustment.
We thought we pretty much had the topic put to bed, but we do allow appeals on the show. I mean, you can't really have a judgment without appeal. So there's been an appeal from the congregation, and I turn it over now to the union rep, my friend Hayes Carline.
I would like to personally apologize to the listening audience for this omission because it is glaring
formal.
and it is incredibly embarrassing. I did not mention Allie from the Karate Kid.
Oh, wow. How about that? How did you not do that?
I don't know, but I'm ashamed.
Love
did you think of it or did someone tell you?
No, I
forgot
thought of it.
Okay.
I finally started.
She's fantastic.
I finally started going through the list of the Athletics top 100 sports movies.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh man. And so yeah, if you did text it, then I appreciate it, but I didn't see it. I haven't looked at it yet, but
Allie's fantastic. Love Elizabeth Shue. Who doesn't?
You know, and then I've got a few that are actually legitimate. Renee Zellweger from Jerry Maguire.
She's very good.
Goldie Hawn in Wildcats, where she actually plays the coach.
I need the names. What was? Okay. Keep
Oh,
going.
I don't
we'll
know,
figure it
man.
out. Okay.
And then Diane Lane in Secretariat.
Yes.
Played the owner of
I
Secretariat.
love Diane
And then my
Lane.
pet project
Yes.
is Julie Bowen in Happy Gilmore.
Who doesn't love Julie Bowen? God bless Julie Bowen.
But now in the next break, you're going to have to figure out all the character names.
You don't know.
for
No, I
Frank's
don't.
list.
You missed the best moment.
Well, I got Allie. I mean,
Yeah,
what
that's-
else do you need?
That's a good point.
You missed the best moment.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, you were
Those scoring at home.
Lauren, you were out of the studio, and Hayes said, "Hey, man, I got a couple I forgot." I said, so don't tell me now. He said, don't tell. I said, don't tell me now. Just do it. We'll do it on the air. It'll be fun. That way I won't know who they are. He goes, okay. He goes, and then he looks at me. He goes, hey, look, I just want to tell you, it's not like they were great actresses or anything. I just named a bunch of hot girls. I'm thinking, Hayes, I might have figured that out. Thank you for the heads up before we came back on the air. But I might have been one step ahead of you there. That was awesome. He goes, I'm just telling you, I picked the hot ones. So, well done, as a matter.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Well, like you said, Frank, there's different categories.
Yeah.
There's like, did she actually compete as an athlete in the
Yeah,
sports
right.
movie? There is
Or was
how
she a-
attractive is she just in general? Like, there's a lot of different
And let me
ones.
just say, Kim Basinger in The Natural, pretty good now.
Oh yeah.
Do you see The Natural? You saw that. Kim Basinger is. I mean, she was trouble. See that The Natural was great because it was so. What's the word I'm looking for? It fit the blueprint so perfectly that almost too much. It was too surreal, too corny. He was too wholesome. She was too much of a vixen. Darren McGavin, whatever his name, he was too much of an evil gambler guy. It was so. The corrupt judge was so. They were. Whatever role they played, they were too perfect for that, which made it great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was every role was. I mean, nobody's that wholesome, right? That he was. Nobody's that wholesome. One of the best parts of Bull Durham is when he breaks his bat, when Redford breaks the bat, now that's the big denouement of the movie because he's got to get another bat, and the chubby little bat boy brings it out to him, and he made the bat. Remember, he made his own bat, and he made this bat so Roy would use it, and Roy gave it to him, and Bobby was his name, and he thanks Bobby, he pats him on the head, and they both look at each other glowingly, and then he hits the ball in the lights, right? Well, so in Bull Durham, the best part of Bull Durham is playing off of that. And he breaks it, Crash Davis breaks his bat, and the chubby little bat boy brings him a bat, hands it to him. He goes, hit one for me, Crash. And he goes, shut up. That was the best part of the movie. Shut up. Oh, that was awesome. Hey,
By the way, I've been actually watching movies. I told y'all.
I saw that.
I watched The Legends of the Fall 2 weeks ago and The Notebook, but The Notebook was just a throw-in. And then I watched An Officer and a Gentleman, that movie.
Great
Which
movie.
I had
That's a
heard
great flick.
about it, but I didn't know anything about it. So it's kind of really fun to watch reading a book, having absolutely no idea
Now,
what's going to happen.
did you plan to watch these movies, or were you just flipping around and they were on?
No, this was planning to watch the movie.
Okay, you did. Okay.
Yeah, it's at this point gone for all the bike rides. It's dark.
Yeah, I get it.
There's nothing on and nothing else to do, and I've been like, the guys make a lot of pop culture references on the show
these
that go
movies, yeah,
way over my head.
Yeah.
So I should at least delve into this. I mean, I've only
Yeah.
dipped a toe in the water, clearly, but it's been fun.
I'm a very good movie guy. Hayes is a great movie guy.
Yes.
Hayes is a great
Yeah,
movie
both
guy.
of y'all are
Hayes
really good
really
movie
knows
guys.
movies.
So what goes into the decision to choose An Officer and a Gentleman?
So I don't have
Great
Netflix.
flick, though.
It is, but it came out in like 1981,
Yeah,
I think.
great
I'm
flick,
just
though.
curious.
I don't have Netflix, so I don't have the amount of movies that some people get to
Okay.
choose from. I have AT&T and Uverse, and so therefore I have on demand. And so I have much more of a limited selection of movies that are only $4 because I'm not going to pay like the $20 whatever.
Oh, I got you.
And so in the category that I'm choosing from, there are much older movies like The Legends of the Fallen, now An Officer and a Gentleman.
And
So
they're
that's
free?
No, they're $4.
Okay.
But they're not like 10 or 20.
Okay, well, let me throw this curveball at you.
Okay.
All right, if you subscribe to Netflix, it's like the cost of maybe 2 or 3 of those movies, and you would unlock
That's true.
like
But when
so
s-
much content.
That's true, but when sports come back, there's not a chance I'm watching
Okay.
another movie for like 10 years.
All right, fair enough.
So that's how it's been like I'm going to do this one time because I know sports are coming back in the near future.
Louis Gossett Jr. pretty good at An Officer and a Gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah, he was really good.
Won an Oscar.
Yeah,
the-
really good.
the-
That was sad. I didn't
got
expect
no
sad.
place else to go.
Oh my gosh, I was bawling during that part.
Now, since if you want movies of that era, have you seen
That's all I can get.
Have you seen Urban Cowboy?
I don't think so.
It's
Have you seen-
Is that-
but in Urban Cowboy,
is good, yeah.
it's her all day long.
Is that
Right,
Luke?
oh, yeah.
That'd be a young guy. It'd be a young actor named John Travolta.
Oh, it's Travolta. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, isn't that Lauren? The country and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You were probably I would say you probably were old enough to appreciate it. Well, you
might
weren't
have been one.
because you weren't born.
Yeah.
But the 8 seconds
Mm-hmm.
going to the country bar and staying on the thing. That was all the rage. It was 8 seconds in Gainesville
Yes.
by the time y'all got there.
Yes.
Okay.
I went to 8 Seconds almost every Thursday.
Okay. Well,
and Saturday night.
there
in
was one here in
college.
town too.
Yes, there
And
was.
then-
I went to
and
that
There
one.
was one there, but when that was all the rage
Mm-hmm.
was late 70s, early 80s. All the rage, and that's when the movie came out and Deborah Winger was in. It was phenomenal in that movie. Sissy, get in the truck. Sissy, get in the truck. I mean, you got to go watch that.
I will watch
That's my
that.
recommendation. So Dak Prescott's turned down another deal. Is that right?
I think that's the report.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I think Chris Sims is the guy who
Accurate,
put it
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Is
that
Dak
but
that good?
No.
Dak is I like Dak. He's a kind of underdog, Cinderella story kind of guy. He played for Mullen, good dude. But do you get the sense that Dak is acting like he's Tom Brady during much of this in past off seasons?
Yeah, I don't really understand it. Now, Dak Prescott is I think he's done a nice job
He's a
of
good player.
Yeah, of elevating his game and carrying the team a little bit more, and showing he can do that. But there's still, to me, there's not enough winning. There's not enough success, I would say, for him to be trying to get the kind of money that I think you're going to see a Patrick Mahomes command. And look, it's his right. I mean, look, ask for whatever you want to ask for. But if you're asking me, in my opinion, if Dallas should pay that, I don't think they should pay it. I think they should try and get a deal done at a more reasonable figure. I think when you look at Dak Prescott, he is doing a nice job. He's progressing nicely, but I think you'd like to see a little bit more of it. To me, if I'm going to pay $40 million a year, you have to have brought me a Lombardi trophy. And he hasn't even gotten close to that. He's won one playoff game in his career. So to me, there's not enough of that yet for me to, if I'm Dallas, to say, just, write whatever number you want in this check and we'll sign it. Like, if you're Kansas City, that's what you're doing. You're telling Patrick Mahomes, you give us the number and that'll be the deal. And I would almost go as far as to say in Houston, particularly now as they've torn it down, that you almost need to do that with Deshaun Watson while he hasn't won an MVP and he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I just don't know that Dak Prescott's on that level. So if I'm the Cowboys and that's what he wants, if that is accurate, then I think I'm comfortable going down the Kirk Cousins road with Dak Prescott. And I'll franchise him this year. If he plays really well, I'll franchise him again the next year, and then go from there and either let him hit the market or work a deal out. But I think it's difficult right now if he is going to command that kind of money to commit that kind of money to him.
To turn down 5 years, $175 million, which is $35 million per year, when Tom Brady's making $25 million, granted it's guaranteed, per year, to me, at some point, you've lost your mind. Like, that is, even if you had the best stats in the league last year, which Dak Prescott didn't have, you still at this point you're getting way too greedy.
Yeah, something's not right there. I don't know if it's an agent deal, and Dak's a good player, but look, you play on the most heritage team in league history. You play in a great market. You're a good player. You're going to play for what I think now is a very good coach. I'm surprised McCarthy was out as long as he was. Man, oh, man.
Yeah, he's
sign a deal for a few years, and then you could be one of the stars of the league. As of today, you're not as good as Patrick Mahomes or Russ Wilson or Deshaun Watson. You're not. You may get to where you're those guys. You're not as good as Brady or Breeze or the veterans. You're not. And so, and I'm just telling you, that was a weird one for me.
Yeah, looking for $45 million a year. I mean, at what point is enough enough?
Yeah. Well, or at what point is enough enough, and how are you're miscalculating your value that much? I know everybody probably miscalculates their own value. We have a lot of people, their self-worth is more than they're really worth. I get it. High impression of your game, false impression of your game. But I don't know, man. Look, you came out of nowhere. You were a way better NFL player than people thought you were going to be. You're a charismatic figure. You're well-liked. You play in a great market. Sign your damn deal, and you're set for life. Sign your deal and be set for life, not the deal that you want so you can be set for two lives. You know, that's a weird one for me. It really is. Let's take a break. Hey, when we come back, Dr. Kevin Kaplan is the team orthopedist for the Jacksonville Jaguars, involved in a lot of stuff. What's going to happen when guys come back? How quickly will they bring them back into the building? How's that going to work? And he kind of designed a face mask that everybody's talking about. That's coming up. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The best bank in town is Center State Bank. It's been my bank for the longest time. Make it your bank as well. With 10 locations here on the First Coast, you can get to any of those locations at the drive-thru. You also can have an appointment in the lobby if you make an appointment. They're not open yet, but they will be soon. Bottom line is this: they're great at handling your money. In a very difficult time like we're in right now, you better make sure the people handling your money absolutely know what they're doing. The best bank in town is my bank. Visit Center State Bank today.
A Gator, a Seminole, and a Hurricane.
How'd they get you to go to Florida State?
They recruited me. There's never a dull moment on the sports stand.
Okay, fellas, it's pretty simple. You do a button hook, the rest of you guys block for me, I'll take care of the rest.
Late nights on 1010XL.
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jet Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All-American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
All offers are with approved credit and out of conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Car buying made easy is what we're all about. When you buy from Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, drive a new Compass from just $242 a month. Get a new Wrangler and save up to $5,000 off MSRP.
Make no payments for 120 days.
See our inventory at #1CJD.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington.
9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Wake up and smell the great outdoors.
Looky here, looky here.
On the Nimnik Buick GMC Outdoor Show.
Let's do it, boys.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin, and Captain Kirk. This Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about commercial fence services. From automatic gates to security fence and railing, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, trained installers, and quality products. Trust your next commercial project with the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your commercial project today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou for the Blue Crab Crab House, where takeout is now available Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 till 10. Sunday it all begins at 12:30. Just give them a call, 260-CRAB, 260-2722 for the best seafood in Jacksonville. Why would you consider going anywhere else? Call them today. It's the Blue Crab Crab House, 260-2722, Julington Creek Road in San Jose.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF Men's Basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hurricanes aren't the only weather-related danger here in the Sunshine State. Let Southern Oak Insurance show you how we can protect your home. Log on to find out more, southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours, Southern Oak Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an Old Rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
The Doors on Old Rock Thursday. Frank Frangie, Hayes Carline, and Lauren Brooks with you. The stadium is going to open. The NFL said stadiums could open on Tuesday, 2 days ago. The Jags are going to wait till next Tuesday to open theirs, but what does that mean? Scott Trulock, the team trainer, is going to kind of oversee all that. But our pal Kevin Kaplan, the team doctor, is certainly very involved in that as well, joins us now on the program. Cap, how are you, man?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
We are good. Thanks for spending some time. I know you're a busy cat. Are you staying safe? Has this been weird for you, Kevin? Has it been in terms of seeing patients in your world? How upside down has your world been through all this?
It's definitely been a change, obviously, in terms of what we could do during the coronavirus stay-at-home orders, we were still seeing patients, and obviously there's still emergent things like broken bones and torn tendons and things like that. But a lot of the elective surgeries we had to really push back, and so we're just kind of getting ramped up and going again, obviously trying to get back to the new normal. But it's definitely been a strange time all around.
Yeah, all right, so let's talk about Tuesday. So the stadium's opening Tuesday. Why did you guys wait a week? And what will that mean, Kevin? Obviously, players and coaches can't be there. We know that until everybody opens. But what will it be like? What will it feel like? What will the restrictions be?
Well, we're trying to devise a plan. We've obviously had a number of phone calls between both the NFL, with the Physicians Society, in addition to the stadium. And the stadium has done an excellent job in terms of trying to coordinate a way for us to all be safe and get back and start doing the job that we're going to need to do as we get towards the football season. But we still have to maintain the same sort of protection for each other while we get back to the stadium. And that changes a lot of things. I mean, you know the stadium, and you know the rooms and the meeting rooms and the cafeteria. And there's so many different things now that we have to think about in terms of people getting together in somewhat confined spaces. So there's a lot of planning going on, and I think that things are going to constantly change here as we work our way through the summer. But to go into it without any plan, obviously, is not the right thing. We just have to be able to pivot, and we have to be able to come up with some way to say, okay, this is how we're going to go into it, and if things need to change along the way, then we're ready to do that. And I think the stadium has done a fantastic job at Mega down there with Scott and working with Dr. Iorio and myself, and even Coach Marone and Dave Caldwell. Everybody, we're all getting together on this and trying to figure out the best way to go about it, trying to lead our way. We're going to have a lot of input from a lot of other teams, but trying to lead the way in terms of how we get back safely.
Kevin, it's great to talk to you because of the expertise that you bring to this. Are there elements of the virus that have surprised you, or are there elements that maybe haven't been as serious as you thought they might be when this first sort of entered our world, and at least here locally in early March? And where do you sort of see it going over the next 60, 90 days?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, make no mistake about it, I mean, this is a serious problem. We've seen our friends, seen Tony Baselli go through it. I mean, my older brother got it up in New York.
Oh, wow.
And, so, this is a serious, I mean, he's healthy and stayed at home in quarantine and had fevers and coughs and got over it. But, a lot of people are not able to do that. So, and everybody at the stadium is not a 20-year-old, in the best shape of their life football player. And so there are a lot of people to think about. And, we all have, parents and grandparents, and there are a lot of people that can be exposed to this. And it shocked me, obviously, just like the rest of us, how quickly this spread and how significant of an issue it's become and how it's affected all of our lives. So I think we've done a fantastic job in terms of being able to, flatten the curve. What the idea was, right, to flatten the curve, and I think we've done an excellent job with that. But I think no one wants to be complacent in saying that there could possibly be a second wave, and what does that mean? I mean, what happens if a player gets it or a physician gets it, at the stadium, and then we have to be ready to, at a moment's notice, being able to identify someone who has had it or gets it, and then how many people that they've exposed. Because the last thing you want, and this can go for anybody, goes for you guys. I mean, if someone at the station gets it, you want to make sure you jump all over that so that it doesn't spread from you to someone else, the next person. The next thing you know, the station's shut down. Same thing with the stadium. So I think it's going to be high alert throughout the season, if things work out the way we want them to. And going all the way through into the next off season. So I think we have to be very vigilant as we safely try to get back to going football again.
Yeah, I totally agree. Kevin, tell us about the high-tech masks, which I've actually gotten to see in person since I've been in JY a couple times last week and this week, and worked with Aaron for a little bit of neck problems that I have. But good news, they are completely gone thanks to your staff. But yeah, tell us about those masks, which I think are really cool because people can actually see through them.
Yeah, it's neat. I mean, it was kind of a project that I was asked to give some input on. Active Armor, this company we've been using for casts, and trying to make a difference, trying to do something to kind of push us along. And the idea was, okay, if we can have a mask that you can everybody has cloth masks you see walking around with. Those aren't obviously the best masks, and they don't fit right to your face, and you worry about those droplets of particulates getting around. You can have the best N95 protection mask, but if it doesn't fit right to your face, then air can get in and around the spaces where it doesn't fit your face, and the path of least resistance can take those particulates and droplets down and obviously get you an infection. So this is a 3D printed mask that you can scan your face. Perfectly fit to your face. I actually wear one in the operating room. I wear that mask, and then I wear a mask over the top of that so nothing splashes on it. Now what we're trying to do and what the company is trying to pivot to is a moldable mask. It's a little bit pricey to do a 3D printed mold for every single person. But the idea was, and she asked me my input, and I said, the players at the stadium, they get mouth guards. We dip them in hot water. They bite down, and it becomes somewhat of a moldable custom mouth guard. So why can't we do the same thing with a mask? So what the idea was is now we've come up with a certain amount of sizes, and everybody has a certain shape to their face. But overall, the length of the face from north to south, from your nose to down to your chin, is a certain number. So we're trying to figure out X amount of sizes that we can have these masks sent, and you can then put it in water just like a face mask. A mouth guard, and then mold it to your face. And the great thing is it's washable. It's plastic. It's see-through, so people can see you. It's good for communication, and the filters that protect you can be taken out and changed. So we're trialing it. Down at the stadium, Scott liked the idea of being able to communicate, so we're trialing it with some of our players and some of our staff. So just something that hopefully can help us get back going as quick as we can.
Well, Kevin, I'm glad they can be moldable because I got a problem. The length from the end of my nose to my face would probably just take a second mask. So, hey, who are you? How do you market those? I mean, are they available to the public? Are they finished? And I'm pricey or not? Can people get those if someone wanted one?
Yeah, we started doing it just for the people at the hospital and kind of first responders, police, firemen, firefighters, firewomen, and all the nurses and physicians at the hospital. And we had a little bit of a waiting list. It's downstairs at Physical Therapy here, which is JOI in San Marcos. 858-7045 is the PT number. But anybody can get it, and we've had a lot of patients come in, and our therapists are wearing them. As physicians, I'm wearing mine every day, seeing patients, because it's a great way to communicate. People that are hard of hearing, I mean, this has been fantastic. You imagine someone who reads lips and has to go around now, and people are wearing masks. They can't really see people's lips anymore. So that aspect has been wonderful. But anybody can get this mask, and then if the prototypes for these new moldable ones come around, then we're going to try to make those available to the public as well.
Yeah, the moldable ones. When we started playing sports and we got our mouthpiece, you'd get it and you'd put it in hot water and you'd mold it yourself. Is that what's going to happen with these moldable ones? You do.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the key to it is being able to mold it so that you do the same thing that this 3D printed one does, and make sure to seal off the environment from your face. So it's exactly the same idea.
Kevin, what do you think it'll be like in terms of the testing, particularly if we're able to get to a point where, the Jaguars are able to play the Colts, let's say, on September 13th? Where do you see the frequency of testing being to make sure that that's being done and how you would gauge a responsible fashion?
Yeah, it's not like we're isolating our players and staff and us, from being in the public. So people are going to have exposures, theoretic exposures every day. So I think that's something right now that the NFL is trying to work through in terms of the frequency with which we test. And the rapid tests for coronavirus, the problem with those right now is that there are a lot of false negatives. So you may have it, but the rapid test may not be as good at picking it up. You can miss some. And so that's the problem that we're trying to work through right now. Yes, there are rapid tests. You can find out instantly, but it may miss some. And if you miss one and then we're on the field and someone coughs and then hands to the next guy, I mean, this is obviously a very close contact sport. So to your point, we're trying to figure out what is the best way. Is it to test on Monday after the game and then test midweek again? I can see that definitely happening. And/or testing if we're coming into the weekend and test on Friday, Saturday, and hopefully everybody can play on Sunday. But then there's a lot of other things that come into play, right? The travel. Everybody's traveling. We're not. Is it going to be that we're going to be 6 feet apart on a plane? How are we going to do that? So there's a lot that we have to think about and try to figure out. And like I said, we are having these calls on a pretty regular basis and trying to figure out as we go through this process what's the best way. And we don't know what's going to happen over the summer. Are the cases going to dip even more, or is it going to bounce back? So it's a moving target.
If a Jaguars player gets injured but he's not in Jacksonville, are you communicating with them and then recommending physicians in their area, orthopedic physicians in their area? Or how is that working?
Absolutely. I've seen some players from other teams that are in the area, and we've had some guys that just needed, some tweaks and things kind of looked at. And I called. We're very close, in our NFL Physician Society, despite wanting to beat every other team. I was able to call a physician in another city and say, hey, would you be willing to see one of our guys? And of course, he said, absolutely, I'll see him tomorrow, no problem. So it's very collegial in that sense, and we're all trying to take care of each other, and we really have to at this point. We don't really have a choice. And the interesting thing is coming into the season is how that not being an OTA, how that's going to affect us medically in terms of soft tissue injuries and guys being ready for the season. We have a lot to work on coming into July.
Well, you asked my next question. You're one step ahead of me. How worried are you? And I say you, not just you about the Jaguars, but I could ask this of any team doctor about his team. How concerned are you that you're going to have this rash of injuries because the training staffs at all these teams, for that matter, Kevin, the college teams, haven't been able to train their guys? How big of a concern is that for the team doctor?
It's a significant concern, and we've done such a great job in looking at the last several years, and Coach Marone has done a fantastic job in trying to manage that part of training camp coming in. Soft tissue injuries across the league are on the rise at the outset of training camp because most of those injuries, hamstrings, quads, calves, things like that happen in those transition periods when you go from no training to OTAs and when you go from the summer break until you get to training camp. So now we've taken away, guys are training, but it's just not the same, in terms of when you're with guys, you're with the coaches. So that is weighing pretty heavily on my mind as we get into this season because not only are you going to be fighting the fact that these guys have to get into football shape, but the coaches have a job to do too, and they need to train their players and get them tuned up in terms of their football knowledge. And so we're really going to have to work together on this to prevent that from having a huge spike coming into camp.
Do you anticipate, and it's maybe more of a question for Doug, but, you're the one that's going to advise Doug. Do you anticipate camp looking different? Less hitting, because they don't hit much in camp these days anyway, but less time on the field, more time. Will it change because of what we just talked about?
I think, some things are going to have to be altered and changed. Doug is, he's very intelligent about that.
Yeah.
He's very up on, I don't want to say doctor friendly, but he's
I get it.
Just medically savvy and he knows the right way to take care of the health of our players, which has been, frankly, great in terms of a communication standpoint between the medical staff, athletic trainers, and the coaching staff. So I think I know that he is actively working on that in terms of how we're going to treat these guys when they come in. That's going to be huge. It's going to be important.
Kevin, what are you hearing, if anything, about just in the medical community about possible treatments? I know the vaccine's a long way off, but are we possibly 90 days away from maybe having a breakthrough in just how we treat this if somebody gets it and minimizing the potential damage it could do to them?
Yeah, I think that the early research really, I try to keep up with that literature because it's kind of been all over the place. Of course, a vaccine would be a key to, I think, really where we need to go. But a lot of these treatments that have come out have had very mixed results. And I think there are a lot of trials that are going on right now as to what is the best treatment. But I really don't have a solid answer for that. Where we see these terrible cases that are responding to some of these drugs that physicians are trying, and then the next day you'll read, hey, that really didn't have an effect. So it's very confusing, even on my level, professional level, trying to figure out what is the right information who's giving that information. But certainly vaccines are going to be needed. But again, I don't know how close we are to that. Final question, and it's kind of related, but we all wonder this, and you're the first person who's been able to at least get a little bit closer to behind the curtain for us. Is it your guess that the social distancing, the wearing the face masks, will go for a long time? And I know you don't know that answer. You can't know that answer. But right. Kevin, do you see a world where it's November and people are going to Publix with face masks on? I mean, I want to say yes, but it's interesting when I go to Publix now. I mean, it's 50-50.
Yeah, that's right.
And I personally, I wear my mask out. I think, there's just too much of that. Why not, right?
Yeah,
I mean, wearing a mask, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt anybody else. It wouldn't shock me, and my fear is coming into this lull. If you look at the history of viruses, whether it's the Spanish flu or, that there is a period where those viruses will decline, and then you worry about that second hit phenomenon. And so that being the fall, October, November, certainly that's a fear, and that's something that we're going to have to protect against. My big question is and this is personal, right, is what about my kids? It's easy for me, it's easy for my wife to wear a mask. But, trying to get my kids to wear a mask and go to school, is that going to be a normal? Because that's difficult. Kids touch their face all the time.
Right.
That's how they get their immunity, right? I mean, they go to school, they share it with their friends. They come home, they get the parents sick. Everybody gets sick in the household. We've all gone through that. And so I'm just wondering that when I think about the future, that's what I think about. I think about how our kids are going to react, and then my parents coming over to play with my kids and babysit the kids. And so that's my big concern,
Kevin Kaplan from the JOI, the Jags team doctor. That is great stuff. I could go all night talking to you about it. Hey, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll get together soon and be safe. We don't know where the season's going, but hopefully we'll have one. Kevin, we appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Look forward to seeing you guys soon. Talk to you later.
Kevin Kaplan, the terrific team doctor of the Jaguars. I could have listened to that all day because we haven't had that kind of insight.
Right.
We've all guessed and watched TV, and we've watched CNN, and we've watched Fox and all this. We haven't had that.
It's refreshing to talk to somebody with his expertise.
1 segment to go. We'll have it for you after this. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings' studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
When you pull on that jersey, you represent yourself and your teammates. And a name on the front is a hell of a lot more important than the one on the back.
1010XL.
Get that through your head. Again.
1010XL.
Things are moving again in our community. And like so many other local businesses, Diamonds Direct is now open. We're ready to get back to our mission of helping you celebrate your love like never before. Our showrooms are clean and we're taking all the necessary safety precautions. Our showcases are fully stocked. Our values and prices are better than ever. And our team is eager to serve. And starting this Friday, we're helping in a big way with our most aggressive finance offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest financing with nothing down on any purchase. Yes, 60 months, 0 interest on anything. All certified diamonds, all designer rings, all fashion jewelry, all earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets. If you've had to delay that engagement or wedding or that anniversary or birthday celebration, Diamonds Direct is here to help. Starting Friday, you can spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. At Diamonds Direct, now more than ever, we know love is the most essential thing in our lives. So come see us and let us help you share that love with something she'll have forever. Diamonds Direct. Open Memorial Day, too. Get details, store hours, and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. If you're new to the hobby or thinking about getting back into collecting, it's the perfect time to join us this weekend for our Memorial Day weekend sale. Discounts on memorabilia, cards in our showcases, and much more. We're at the corner of Phillips and Shad. See you this weekend at Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
AC making noise? Not working like it used to? Whether replacing or servicing your AC unit, you can count on Lloyd's Heating and Air. They have trustworthy technicians who are clean and reliable with top brands like Carrier. Turn to the experts. Large rebates and several financing options are available now, like 6 months or 12 months, same as cash, coupled with rebates on certain machines. Call today for details. Only at Lloyd's Heating and Air. LloydsHeatingandAir.com.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
Shop online and get home delivery or make an appointment to visit our showroom.
We're open for business.
At Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Drive a new Dodge Charger and save up to $6,000 off MSRP. Get a new Chrysler 300 and save up to $8,000. We're excited by our home delivery options with easy purchase online.
For a limited time, get 0% for 72 months.
Make no payments for 120 days. Drive a new Gladiator from $329 a month or a new Cherokee from just $259.
See all our Go Anywhere inventory at jaxcjdr.com.
We get more because we sell more. Get a brand new Ram truck with payments as low as $219 a month. Selection is up and prices are down. Purchase online and get home delivery. Want a new Wrangler? Save up to $5,000 off MSRP. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Here to serve you in a safe and responsible manner. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
1010XL shines the spotlight on the High School Scholar Athlete of the Week. Listen for the High School Scholar Athlete Wednesdays on The Frangie Show. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Fenwick Plumbing takes your well-being, safety, and comfort seriously. Hey guys, Prosser here, and Fenwick is an essential business. They remain available for you with same-day service on all plumbing repairs, plus 24/7 emergency service with no emergency fees. Fenwick's team takes today's health concerns seriously with a capital S. So they always use shoe covers, drop cloths, disinfectant, hand wash. Call 660-0556 or visit FenwickPlumbing.com.
Hi, Jacksonville. This is Dave Barker, owner of IHRS. Want your own growing hair guaranteed? IHRS has restored hair for men and women for over 30 years in Jacksonville, and our great staff is back to work. Now, more than ever, our clinic is following all CDC guidelines, and we're ready to help you grow your hair back. Free private in-office or virtual consultations are available. Call 904-777-IHRS or go to hairforme.com. Find out if our exclusive multi-unit hair grafting, laser hair therapy, or PRP will restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS for a free in-office or virtual consultation. Go to hair4me.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477, and grow your hair back.
Pickin' here, need help cleaning and sanitizing your home? Give Zero Res a call. Zero Res is on the front lines when it comes to fighting against germs and viruses. Zero Res has been providing a cleaner and healthier living environment in Jacksonville homes for more than 15 years. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, man. It's the right way to clean.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with their Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd through the 25th. All Nike golf shoes are 25% off. Score an epic deal on Callaway's Epic Flash Driver, now only $349. Save big with the G400 driver, now only $249. Remember, the more you buy, the more you save, and receive up to 25% off all apparel. Edwin Watts Golf Shops Memorial Day sale happening May 22nd and May 25th. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers since 1968.
Beaver is open for business, and we're here to recover together. We understand the importance of community, so Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are supporting local businesses. With the purchase of every vehicle, you will support a local business and receive a $200 gift card of your choice. Buy a car, support a local business, and help us recover together.
Plus, Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are offering 0% financing or no payment for 6 months.
Visit beavercares.com for more information on how you can support the recovery of our community together.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
It's an old rock Thursday. Music the way it should be, or at least used to be, on The Frangie Show.
When you're alone, women seem wicked. When you're unwanted, streets are uneven. When you're down, when you're strange.
The Doors on Old Rock Thursday. This has come up a bunch the last couple of days. You know what the world misses? VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Do you have a stack?
I don't, unfortunately.
Well, I don't mean now, but I mean, did you have a stack?
Oh, absolutely.
You have a
I
stack?
had movies,
Yeah.
music videos, Tyson fights,
Yeah.
football games, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but you're too young to have had a stack of VHSs, right?
Oh, no.
You got,
No,
a stack?
in the basement of my dad's house, we had like a whole column full of VHS tapes.
Yeah? What was on them?
Just old movies,
Movies?
kids movies and stuff like that, yeah.
How about you? Have you ever used a VHS tape?
Of course
Have you ever
have.
popped that VHS into the
See,
machine?
I, at one point in time, thought I was going to be an actress when I grew up, and so
I never heard this story.
Yeah, how about that? A
there
revelation.
there are VHS tapes of me and my friends like acting things
very
out.
cool.
So I probably had more of my own self than I did.
Please send those to
movies.
the station.
Yeah.
Lauren's parents.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
What I wouldn't do to get a hold of those bad boys.
Not a chance.
So, but you two had VHS tapes. I had. This is a really true story.
You had to rewind them before you took them back. if you
Yes,
rented
you
them.
did at Blockbuster. Or if not, they would shoot you on the spot.
Be kind and rewind.
Yeah. How did he get executed? He did not rewind. he did not rewind Animal House, and we shot him in the head. That's kind of what happened. I had back starting when VHSs and things started becoming on tape, like mid '80s, 80-45 is probably around when everything was on tape. So maybe right around then, you could put 2 college football games on one tape. Okay, I had a collection of Gator football games from. Because back, in fact, in 80-45 when they weren't on TV because they were on probation, it was Jim Gallagher and Jim Yarbrough on the call, and I had I had both of the Breakfast with the Gators until back in '87 when they started coming back on TV, '86, '87, then they weren't any good, but I had every Gator game on a VHS tape, 2 to a tape, probably from '84. I don't think I had '83. I know I had them starting in '85, but I want to say I had them in '84. But '85, I know I had them. Probably through every game, through probably whenever people started doing it digitally, which was what?
Late 90s?
Probably late 90s. Probably
That's awesome.
I probably had
And do you still have them?
No, because I don't need them anymore. Now every
Yeah.
game's on YouTube. It was hard throwing them out, though. Do I really want to throw these out? I mean, VHS tapes.
Because, I mean, you worked hard to get
I
those.
did. I mean, I had them all. Had every one of them. Grainy, but you could zip right through that bad boy. And I used to, again, when you're in both the news, I did it all the time. I was covering the Gators as a beat guy, and then talking about them a lot as a radio guy. You did want to see every game, every play, so you wanted to feel like if I was going to be the Gator insider guy, then if I wanted to be the guy in Jacksonville that knew the Gators the best, which is what I wanted to be, you had to see every play of every game. I probably watched every play of every game for many, many years, either live or on tape.
In the summer, would you go back and rewatch games?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. You kidding me? That's how I got ready for football. I mean, after the spring game, you'd start about June, right? In Breakfast with the Gators, Sun Sports used to show them.
Yeah.
They used to show them leading up to the season.
Right.
They'd go 12 weeks out, and
Yeah.
they'd have. Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was great.
I loved Breakfast with the Gators.
I can't tell you how many times I've called Steve Carline and been like, "Hey, Dad, what are you up to?" I'm watching the Auburn game.
That is awesome. Today's 10-10 take is brought to you by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. I hope the NFL gets this right. They are going to vote next week on a rules proposal that would do away with onside kicks, and instead, after you score, if you want to keep the ball, you have a 4th and 15 from your own 25-yard line. If you get it to the 40, you keep the ball there. If you don't, the ball goes over essentially on downs to the opposing team. Onside kicks make no sense anymore. Nobody ever gets them. They're clunky. You get injured. This would be a real football play that would give you a chance, and really good offensive teams might do it more often than not. It would be a great rule change. I hope the NFL adopts it quickly. That's the 10-10 take.
10-10 take.
I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm excited about where the NFL might be going from a competition standpoint because I love this. I mean, to me, it settles the game the right way. The best way to settle it is to have, a quarterback in play settling it against a defense and not, a gimmicky, special teams play that's being decided by, in a lot of parts, a lot of those guys on the field are, bottom, third of the 53 roster kind of guys. So I like that. I think it's going to add a lot of excitement to the game. You can only do it twice, which I also like that. I think it's something that, it does limit you from just, getting down 28 and then being able to really claw back and get into the lead. So I like the fact you can only do it twice, but I think it's fantastic, and I'm also excited about the Sky Judge. It seems like they're finally starting to embrace the Sky Judge, which they have needed to do that for years.
All right, time for this.
Now, the 2-minute drill, delivered by Moe's Southwest Grill.
Welcome to Moe's!
Stuck at home and sick of cooking? Order Moe's take-home taco kit tonight. Feeds 4 to 6 people and only $34.99. Order online at Moe's.com.
Blue, the NASCAR boys ran at Darlington last night, which caused me to play Darlington County on the program. In your list
Off the Born the USA LP.
Yes, it was. And
Circa
it was
84.
Well said, and yes, it was. I pointed that out yesterday as well. Darlington County for you, top 20 Springsteen song, 30? It's probably not a top 10 or 15 for you.
No.
Where's Darlington County on
Probably fifth or sixth on that album.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a great album.
It's a
great song,
phenomenal album.
Great song. Okay.
I went to the range today over at Southampton.
Yeah.
And I had the Bruce channel on for a little while.
Great show.
And they had a from 84.
Okay.
He was playing out in upstate New Jersey somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
Man, he did about a 15-minute rendition of Backstreets.
Right.
Which was just is one of my all-time favorites.
Great
It's
song.
just phenomenal.
Great
so.
song. So there you go.
I got into that a little bit today, trying to work on my short game, Frank. It's all about the short game. Gotta make the putts.
Did Bruce help the short game at all?
No.
He did. Okay, good.
You ever notice? Listen, I'm the last person to
Yeah.
give lessons to anyone in the sport of golf, and I made it seem like I go to the range.
Right.
The reason why I mentioned it because it's like happens once in a blue moon for me. But you notice on the range, what does everyone do?
Hit him straight and long.
Works on their driver.
Right.
Works on
Yeah,
their driver.
sure.
Okay, you hit the driver how many times around, maybe? 10, 11, 12?
I'm not very long, so I'm probably closer to 14. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Depends on your course. That's
How many
right.
times are you going to hit that wedge?
Oh, who knows?
How many times are you going to putt?
But do you go around? Do you have a green where you can work on
Southampton's
your
got a nice green where you can do that stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because they built the back part of that range
that's what-
now, which is just
right,
phenomenal.
So that's what I do. What I do is I work on that. So there you go.
But again, I find that kind of
You're right.
kind of interesting.
Well,
you
good
know.
players work on their short game.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of us work on our driver, which is why we're not the good players.
But the weekend hacks like me, we just go out and grab the driver and hit it. And
Absolutely right.
I find that. So today I didn't even touch the driver. I just worked in the short game.
I'm never going to the range without touching the driver. Just I'm not. I like it. You're a pro. You're
Yes.
a pro is what you are.
Yes.
What's coming up tonight? What do you got?
We got a lock tonight. My buddy Joe Camerlengo, a lawyer here in town with truckcrashlaw.com. That's truckcrashlaw.com. Former sports agent. Just want to, the two reports that have come out the last couple of days, Forbes saying the NFL could lose $5 billion today, college football, talking about they could lose as much as $4 billion if there's not fans. So just kind of another look at, hey, at least we're taking this step where it appears the games are going to be there. Now we got to find a way to get the fans back in. But we'll just kind of take a look at some of the logistics and all that good stuff. Then I got a couple of NFL things I'm going to throw out a little bit later on in the program.
All right, all coming up tonight. Rick Ballou goes into the night as soon as we get out of here, and that'll be it. But I really do hope the 4th and 15, that'll be fun, won't it?
Of course,
4th and
yeah.
15, and I'll tell you.
And the percentage of onside kicks is very low, too. It's like in the 20s.
But I'll tell you this, it'll change strategy completely. Onside kicks now are only done when you're desperate. Once upon a time, people used to do it as a surprise to start the second half. Not anymore. But this won't be just desperate. If you're at Kansas City, you're on a roll offensively. You're up 21-0. Give me the ball back, right? I think teams will do it, folks. That's our program. Thanks for being part of it. We're out of here. Don't go anywhere though. Rick Ballou goes into the night as soon as we get out of here. For Hayes, Lauren, and Gibby, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.
Why are you shaking me off? Huh? I want to bring the heater to announce my presence with authority. To announce your what? To announce my presence with authority. To announce your presence with authority? This guy's a first ball fastball hitter. He's looking for heat. Oh, yeah? So what? He ain't seen my heat.
The Frangie Show, live from the law offices of Brett Hastings Studio on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's 1010XL's newest original podcast. Check out Campo and Joe on 1010XL.com. Former Dallas Cowboys head coach Dave Campo joins Joe C. to talk all things football from college to the NFL. It's Campo and Joe on 1010XL.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control.
I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our legal team can help you understand your options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville. I don't know about you, but I need a haircut. I'm so glad that the Old School Barbershop is back open, ready for business, and ready for you. Walk-ins even accepted at the Old School Barbershop, although I would advise that you go ahead and make an appointment with 3 locations around town and an awesome setup. The Old School Barbershop's going to take you back in time, you know, to a time where you could get your hair cut. So visit the Old School Barbershop right now. Go ahead and make your plans for the next few days. Clean up that shaggy mess, and I'll see you. I will see you at the Old School Barbershop.
Hey, Mike Dempsey here, and I've seen almost every local business adapt in some way to better serve the community in today's new environment. Hello Windows and Doors, no exception. They know that windows and doors are still a part of the safety and security of your home, so they're offering virtual consultations to help get your project done. It's simple. Just schedule a video chat online at PellaJax.com, then talk to a Pella expert about design ideas and get a free quote. Visit PellaJax.com for more details and schedule your virtual consultation. Hello Windows and Doors.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Joe Adib from Bono's. I just want to let you know that we have now reopened all of our dining rooms. We appreciate all the love that you have showed us during this crisis. For over 71 years, we have been here for you through good times and bad. Our award-winning barbecue and our unbelievable staff look forward to seeing you soon. Be safe.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here, reminding you again that Stanley Pools is the best pool company in Jacksonville and has been since 1988. Call them at 269-7277 for new pools, remodeling, pavers, fire pits, you name it. They have their own screening division. They do it all, and they can provide maintenance for your pool as well. Lord knows I use them for that. If you want a pool company you can trust, call the best one in town. Stanley Pools, 269-7277 for Stanley Pools.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joel David of David & Associates Center for Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry. We hope you and your family are safe. We are grateful to be fully reopening in May and now are accepting appointments. Remember, with most insurances, there is no out-of-pocket cost to you